if I'm just
And
driving home. So.
oh, nice. So we're streaming now with the second ever Ghost Company voice chat. So what I actually wanted to do, Peldor, and that's a good thing too, with especially each time I get to talk to somebody that I haven't talked to, how do you say your name?
I guess Peldor Varga.
Nice. That's what I
Yeah,
assumed.
so you guys, what you got? You said it right.
Nice. We were talking with what I've now found out is Porthos, the one who it kind of looks like it's like Port Hauaos. Um,
Yeah, like Fort Fortuitous or something like
Sounds
that.
like you had an aneurysm midway.
yeah, he apparently
So
wanted
Porthos.
Porthos. He wanted Porthos, which I wouldn't have even known. Apparently, is a one of the Three Musketeers or someone from the
Yep.
Three Musketeers. Yeah, that's what he wanted, but he couldn't use it because it was already taken, obviously. So.
So you decided to have a stroke in the middle of it, and
Yep.
that would work.
Yep.
I like it.
So I wanted to be able to take a quick look maybe at your .gg page while we're talking and
Okay.
see if we can talk about what might be a good option next. Here we go.
Yeah, last time I tried to get into it, I had forgot my passwords and everything on. I'm like, oh man.
Oh.
And I was kind of too lazy to deal with finding it, so I was like, saved it for another day.
Yeah.
But I imagine you're able to look at it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. Okay.
So let's see what we got here. In some ways, this .gg is just so amazing. In other ways, I'm so used to the way you filter, factions and whatnot in game that a lot of times when people ask questions about their roster, I go straight to, their profile in game. So let's see here. Obviously, the ones at the top are probably your Zetas. So you've got through. Do you have a Zeta? Oh, wait. So is your name Jetty1 on .gg?
Jetty1 is like, that's actually like my email. Pretty much everything I've had for like the last 25 years always had Jetty1.
Nice.
But somehow I don't know how. I think a game gave me Peldor Varga,
Oh,
and then I
okay.
was like, that sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting how
Oh,
some people get the ones that you see all the time, Mona Lisa or
oh
whatever.
my god, yeah.
And then other ones, like, it was forever before I realized that Jan Elrand or whatever it is just a stock name as well. I didn't know yours was
Oh,
necessarily.
well, if I ever see another Peldor Varga, I'll change it.
So, I guess your Luminara is above your um, Qui-Gon just because of gear level,
There's a
so...
gear, yeah.
And that would be the same for Palpatine, obviously. So, let's see here. Well, what do you have in the way of resistance? You know what I might do, actually, is... And here's another thing. I'll post the... Try to...
Oh, holy.
Driving safely?
Yeah, yeah, sure. Sure.
Nice.
And that was the wife, too.
Oh, yeah.
She'll never see this live. Oh, come on.
Well, that's the cool thing is I would imagine that almost no one but people in our guild will ever see these because even though
Yeah.
they're public for the moment, I wanted to leave them public just so that it would be like people could subscribe to this channel and then be notified and just know when there's new content or whatever. Um, but if I
Yeah,
think
definitely.
but I think if you keep it private, that won't work that way. You'd have to give people links to individual videos and whatnot. So, but I haven't put anything related to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes in the title. I don't put in tags. So I think I tried to search for it myself and couldn't find it.
Hey
So
guys, I'm gonna cut out for a second. She's going off on me here.
sure, no problem, man.
So it might be an emergency. Who knows?
All
But
right.
I'll come back if I can.
Sure. Hey, no problem, man.
Sorry. All right. See ya.
Sure. Thanks for jumping in.
Hey, no problem. Take care.
Cool. You too, man.
It is, man.
Anyway, so the whole point of this was I wanted to be able to get to do this live streaming specifically as opposed to just recording it, because I could do exactly the same thing but record it as a video and just post it later. But I thought that anyone that was able to chat and look at the YouTube live stream at the same time, if we wanted to look at the territory war map and, you know, be able to both see it at the same time and this and that, you know. So let me try to post the address in Discord. Oh, and what happened? I lost my phone mirror as well. Darn it. Yeah, well, I guess that's the problem with live streaming, is these things happen and it's too late. It already happened. So, yeah, I don't know what to think about our last territory war experiences, man. I mean, if we continue to have, you know, 44, 45, 46 people join, we're probably going to continue to have the same experience, I'm going to guess, because it's probably going to have a hard time matching us with another guild who has the same number of players and also has the same total galactic power, so that they have the same ending galactic power that they're bringing in with 45, 46 people. So we're going to keep...
We risk 5 people in our group.
Yeah.
Getting...
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like we don't want that to happen for sure, but I mean, it just seems to be kind of with some of the people, you know, either not actually being aware and joining, or they're not talking about it and saying, hey guys, I'm not going to be around, so I'm not going to join. No one has said that, so we don't really know, you know, if that's the case or what exactly is going on.
But there should be a way to like message them either directly or like through the game, like even if you're not gonna be able to participate, at least join and just set your best teams on defense. That way, it saves us teams that we can use, and also gives them a chance to get some points too.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. But it's, yeah, most of the time, the people that, you know, are kind of lackluster in territory battles or don't join in territory wars or do join and then don't do much, you know, they're also the same kind of people that it's going to be hard to get a hold of. So...
Yeah, it was that one guy, Stone Killer.
Yeah.
I think it was. That was a disaster.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, whatever happened with that? I missed. All of a sudden, he was just gone.
Not so much gone as he was booted.
Yeah, we booted him because he was one of those guys that just, you know, in territory battles, he would always deploy in the wrong place. I mean, it's crazy. You know, the command is right there below right above the button, and he would just always deploy in the wrong place. If it was supposed to be in the bottom, which it almost always is, you know, we pretty much figured out that deploying in the bottom in the South Territory is pretty much the way to go for us, at least for what we have and what we can get away with. So, yeah.
It's not like he did it out of spite.
Yeah, seriously.
For whatever reason, because no one has ever called him out or anything. No one bitched and moaned to him.
Well,
like, we're all pretty chill.
Yeah.
Unless you get on the wrong side.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I did end up messaging him. For some reason, something that happened in a territory battle, he didn't respond. In Discord, that is. And then when this happened in that territory war, I hit him again on a direct message, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you thought you were helping, but what are you doing, man? And we also, you know, we're talking about it in game. Never responded in game, never responded in Discord. So, the more I looked at what he did in that particular territory war, he assigned, what was it, like 16 squads? And it was blatantly obvious that he started in the back in like 4B, assigned the top 5 squads, and then continued from there, went into each territory and just put in whatever was auto-populated at the top of his roster. And that created teams that were like, you know, R2 lead with Jin and who, you know, just, yeah, that's what all of them looked like. So then I just was sitting there thinking, like, what? He couldn't, there's no way he thought that that was a good idea. That was, you know, that he was helping us. Oh, I can't attack, so I'm going to put all garbage in every territory. Some of them 2 teams of garbage, you know. So, yeah, I just, the more I thought about it, just not long after it happened, I was like, I'm just going to get rid of this guy, because what we actually wanted to do was test and find out for sure if that would actually remove his squads from those territories.
Oh, wow.
Which
I didn't see if it did. Did it remove his teams?
No, it absolutely did not. It is exactly like, yeah, it's exactly like raids, where if you were to boot a member that's already joined a raid, it changes to say, you know, Mona Lisa, basically. I think it always changes to Mona Lisa. So that's what happened. But at least the other guild, at least if they're seeing all these ridiculous squads, you know, probably saw like, oh yeah, that guy got kicked because his name is Mona Lisa and he's plastered all over all these territories. Oh,
I feel
boy.
bad for anybody who jumps into the game and they get that name and roll with it thinking it's good.
Yeah, because it's notoriously horrible.
Yeah.
Didn't a couple of our officers, you know, at one point we tried a Mona Lisa from, you know, just an in-game request, and it was terrible. And they were like, we're never accepting a Mona Lisa again. If anybody's named Mona Lisa, do not accept them. So, thankfully we haven't had to worry too much about, you know, finding members, and we've been consistently 50 since the 3 main groups got together, which is pretty awesome to not have to have worried about it all this time.
Cool.
So anyway,
Speaking of that, I guess I'll message you guys when I'm ready. But one of these days soon, I will be having to leave the group. I'm leaving for the military, so obviously I'm going to be gone for a good long time.
oh
So I
really?
don't want to just stay there and, you know, take up
Yeah.
space. So
Yeah, absolutely, man.
when
Well,
it's time for me to go, I'll let you guys know when I'm gone.
Yeah. What branch are you joining? Or
I'm doing National Guard this time.
Yeah.
I want to go to school and everything.
Okay. Well, that's awesome, man. Thank you for your service in advance.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you guys, I'm going to bail out. I'm about to pull into the house. And it was good talking to you. I'm going to do this again. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll try to jump on more often, and just in case anybody's around. It seems like if I say, "Hey, my voice chat," you know, somebody's like, "Hey, that's cool. I'll jump in." So,
Yeah, definitely.
well, if we do it more, we'll try to maybe schedule stuff too. So, awesome talking, man.
All right, take care, you guys.
Yeah, you too. Have a good one, man.
Thanks.
See ya,
Bye.
man.
See ya.
So I was just playing in a Galactic War and got to a Zeta Maul squad that obviously is, you know, pretty lackluster comparatively speaking. But I had gone in and wanted to see if I could use it to just test some really, you know, crap squads and see if I could figure something out that would be helpful in territory wars. And
Right.
I ran in with my bounty hunter squad and was testing a little bit, and it seemed like it was going kind of alright actually with what's her name? Totally blanking on this chick's name.
Zam?
Yeah, Zam Wessel. Her second special applies evasion down on everyone. And then if you can make use of that whole, you know, when she shoots at a thermal detonator with her basic, she gets turn meter, and then the whole squad's gonna get turn meter because that makes it blow up. So
I've been farming her specifically for that. because of those damn Wampas.
Seriously.
I cannot get past like the second wave of that shit. And it's like, so BS too, because they get all these shit. Why have tactical panels and protection back, and then they get like advanced protection. Meanwhile, I'm getting one-shotted.
Yeah, it's partially, you were breaking up a little bit there, but I think I got the gist, and it's if you let them get their special off, that's what gives them that bonus protection. So that's why you know,
Oh, trust me, it wasn't for a lack of trying.
yeah. It's very helpful to work it out right so that you get the ability blocks from Boba Fett's AoE. And I know I had a lot of success that last time. It seemed to work really well, so probably comes down to timing Boba Fett's, executes and whatnot, and having a Zeta on him obviously helps also, but
like I've been trying to play the stun game mostly. Like I'll try to keep like I don't really have bounty hunters like that, so I just use Boba, Cad, Dengar. The hell's this dude's name? Greedo, who I just recently got, and I had another one, and I already forgot his name.
You said Boba, Dengar, Greedo, Cad Bane.
And there was one more, and I'm blanking out on him now too myself.
Well, there's IG-88, and
that's the one. There you go.
Yeah.
IG. Only because that whenever they have a debuff, it does extra damage, but they're just all too squishy. The only one who can even compete is Boba, and even then, he can't do it all by himself. Like I'm really banking on that execute to just build up fast enough to take them both out. But then I gotta go through 4 ways of that shit. It was like, yeah, it's not happening. I'm just gonna get as much territory points as possible, and then fucking just cry myself to sleep.
So I just tried that actually, and it was a Zeta Maltine that was very low geared and whatnot. It didn't have a Zeta Savage. It didn't have a Sith Trooper, but it did have a Sith Assassin at least, and I was able to get through it with a Bounty Hunter squad that's like, an awesome Boba, but goes quickly downhill from there. So could be something to consider going forward when you happen to see a weak one, like this last guild we fought. It just just kind of blew my mind the way they set everything up all random, and I don't know.
I was expecting teams like ours, like how we had a Phoenixville, Zal team. They were just there.
Yeah.
Work with this.
Yeah, it seems like most people have caught on to at least setting up, a wall or two, something that they have and can afford. A lot of people, Phoenix is the first one, just like us. That was the first one we did, and we were like, Phoenixville, yeah, let's fill this up with Phoenix.
Everybody, originals.
Say that again.
We had our wall of Phoenix, and everyone just started.
Indeed. I know at the top level, the top guilds are having to deal with like, okay, 1A and 1B all CLS, 2A, 2B all Kenobi Bears, like craziness. So, I feel for them because I mean they're top guilds, so they've got the stuff to try to work through it, obviously, but. It was interesting. I was listening to, there's so many more like live streams and at least live streams than I ever realized for this game out there. There's one called the, what is it? The Extraordinary League of Nerf Herders. And man, I was laughing my ass off. Those people are funny. Half of it is just, them kind of messing around, but, this particular episode, they were talking to a guy that had, was like an Ewok fiend, and he, kind of like Ewok Spy, and just has, all of the Ewoks all maxed and everything, and they started showing videos of him taking out like all the meta squads, taking out a CLS squad, taking out a Talzin, Night Sister squad, and so there could be something to that possibly. He seemed to claim that you really don't even need to have any Zetas on them. If you can get them geared. Obviously, starting to put Zetas on them was going to make a big difference, but immediately the host was like, "Whoa! My guild is having to deal with 50 CLS squads on that we have to fight. So, what do we need to do to get our Ewoks to be able to beat CLS squads? Because man, that would be awesome." And he's going, "No, you want to put them on defense. They're so amazing, run by the AI. That's what you want to do." And she's like, "No, we want to use them for CLS."
Yeah, seriously, I fought against someone else who had a fully modded out Ewok squad, and Jesus Christ, the protection back, they're all smacking me with their little sticks. I was getting frustrated. Like I beat them every time. It's such a long process, and it's just so aggravating. It's like, you little bastards, come here.
Yeah, so I know Ewok Spy started talking about once Jedi Training Ray came in, and just her, I can't see how her, locked healing immunity thing is that, game breaking for squads that rely on healing, because it's not like she can get it out there like all over everyone very fast or anything, but man, he claimed that just killed his Ewoks, so guess that's the way to do it if you gotta fight him.
Yeah, I hate that tune. Freaking. I hate her because I don't have her, but I just hate fighting her every time I see her. So she's always in the top, and I'm like, God damn, that freaking big forehead girl. She hits me with that one healing immunity, and then CLS just drops all the time because I keep getting hit by this is one guy, this one team all the time. It's Jedi Ray lead with R2D2, BB8, Ray, and I think it was Finn. I'm blanking on the last one, but with those two droids and both the Rays, and they're all gold level, just keeps murking me every single time. It gets so frustrating.
It's rough. Most people are running like the Ray with the two droids, and then they're most people would have Kenobi, General Kenobi, and then
no, that's the thing. Not one tank on their team, unless I think Ray's a tank. Jedi Ray, but
she is, but
this fucking guy, it was so frustrating too. Like I'm like, oh, I'm getting angry just thinking about it. I would attack her, somehow always keep missing her, and then the other Ray just completely nukes my guy for 70k damage.
Yeah. I feel so bad because I've been running this Night Sister abomination thing, not the quintessential full Night Sister and weak zombie business or whatever, and it works so well, and I don't have to do anything. The plague just takes care of everything, especially with all the foresight flying around on those Jedi Ray squads. It doesn't matter, because half of the damage that happens and the plagues that get spread are the ones that just automatically spread from character to character on the enemy squad, so I feel bad. I haven't had to theory craft or figure things out at all to fight against those Jedi Training Ray squads, really. But
yeah, I don't have those monster tunes to take them out. So I'm dealing with like old school meta stuff.
Yeah,
and it's not working out.
So you're using, is this what you normally have in, Kenobi lead with CLS, R2, Thrawn, and Barriss?
Yeah.
It's a damn good squad. I know, what does your Rex look like? Because I know a lot of people... Oh,
I got him gold level.
Yeah.
I just haven't used them in a while. Like, I use them for my clones. Like, I'm actually working on the clone team and getting them up there, too.
Nice. Mutai might jump in here at some point, and you should ask him, because he's doing something that involves Rex on the squad, or maybe a Rex lead. Maybe even if I take a look at him, he might have that particular squad.
There's one guy that I fight every time. Well, let me tell you about it. There's one guy that whoops my ass every time I try to fight him. It's a Rex lead with all gold, mind you. Rex lead with Sith Assassin, Sith Trooper, Nihilus, and freaking Emperor Palpatine.
Ooh.
That fucking team just keeps destroying. The Sith Assassin, I have a fully health Luke, full shield, full everything. One shots him with the fucking electricity.
Nice.
Just completely kills him. Pisses me off.
So
Nihilus just keeps slowing me down, and then Trooper, I just can't get past his freaking taunting.
Yeah.
Every time I take it off, Rex cleanses him, and then he goes back to taunting.
Nice. Oh boy. What's your Nihilus look like?
He's not up there at all yet. I'm still working on him as well.
I don't know if I'm gonna guess maybe it's essential, but what Mutai is running is Rex lead with GK, CLS, Thrawn, and Nihilus. So I wonder if there's something along those lines, because you're pretty much. I guess he didn't have R2 on the squad. Huh. Well, let me take a look at your inventory and see what we got here.
Yeah, I'm looking at my Nihilus now. He's only at gear 10.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the best mods on him. Like I'm trying to farm speed mods too, but then between farming speed mods and crew, Sith Assassin, it's just becoming too much of a grind.
Yep. It's crazy. It feels weird for me because the Revan rumor and this whole Sith Assassin, Sith Trooper thing, who I had never done anything with, got me to finally stop modding or gearing mods. And actually, starting to gear them once this rumor came out was the first I've farmed tunes in Cantina in months, probably. So it's rough.
I'm really disappointed by that rumor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've talked about Revan before. So one of the devs, made a comment at some point about them, him being on their radar. So it may be coming eventually. What do you think about? Did you see I don't know how much you look at the forum stuff or watch, live streams or listen to podcasts and whatnot. You check a lot of that kind of stuff out.
Sometimes, whenever I got the opportunity.
Yep. Well, did you notice, or maybe even if it was posted in our Discord, how they do a what's ahead and they give a little clue and whatnot?
Oh, the Emperor Palpatine?
Yeah.
Thing?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was definitely Emperor Palpatine, but I heard rumors about it's going to be a Chancellor Palpatine, which kind of makes no sense, but at the same time it does. Having a Galactic Republic tag, but also a Sith tag, that'd make him a monster.
Yeah, could be interesting for sure. But I mean, and I know it's already been mentioned by some. I almost wonder. It seems interesting that they choose the line, talking about the dark side, leading to practices that some may consider unnatural, is referring to the ability that Darth Plagueis had to bring people or back from the dead or keep them from dying or whatever it was, So I can't see.
We've never seen Darth Plagueis, so it'd be weird to have a character model for him.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes me wonder if there's going to be something more that involves either a couple characters coming out that is maybe stuff we're not expecting, or, I mean, bare minimum.
Hopefully a dark side rework.
Yeah,
again.
I mean, yeah, it should be a dark side rework at least, and I would hope a couple new tunes, but it just seems like as far as releasing new tunes, they're going to have to keep going with the Last Jedi stuff for some amount of time here.
It's amazing. We only got a few tunes for The Last Jedi, but, well, then again, we're also getting Rose and Holdo.
Yeah.
Rose, I can't believe they're giving us Rose before they give us, the Praetorians.
Yeah.
I really want some Praetorians. Those guys look so awesome, and then they're like, nah, you're going to get Rose.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty clear that what they wanted to do with these two, and actually there was a podcast, the Shattered Order podcast, they did a special out of order, just a day or two ago, where they talked to a dev, one of the guys who works on character design, And one of the first things I asked him was just kind of give us an idea of what was the overall, goal with these two tunes, which they usually ask him when they get to talk to devs about new tunes they're putting out. Like, what are you trying to do? It's generally to shift the meta, So it's obviously that they wanted to fill out the resistance and finish the current meta squad. They wanted to make, a squad that they could use all resistance, get rid of General Kenobi, not have to decide, oh, should I put Thrawn in there? CLS maybe? So I can understand that, but it's like, why did First Order just get nothing? I mean, even before Jedi Training Ray and all this business that we're seeing now, like First Order, what we did get, even the people that went all in, they got nothing for it. They got absolutely no arena viability. So
yeah, and I'm not spending crazy money on even though execution looks great. Man, that's just EA and their money laundering games. Like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm assuming that they're gonna, finish out the Resistance squad, let people use that and have that be the meta for a little while, and then maybe start to trickle out a couple more First Order that are gonna shift the meta again. We'll see. I'm just hoping that I can work out some kind of crazy concoction of Mother Talzin lead in order to deal with whatever they come out with for the next couple metas. Because, man, I'm so far behind doing anything with the Jedi Training Ray stuff that I'm gonna miss that one personally.
I just realized too, we got the Han Solo movie coming out like a couple months. That's a whole other set of tunes we gotta farm if they drop those tunes. Matter of fact, if that movie even comes out.
What do you mean if it comes out?
I mean, it's only like no. I mean, like it's coming out, but I mean, like coming out in that time frame because so far we haven't received anything about the movie. No trailers, no promotional material, and it's due to come out in what, a couple months now? About 3 months? 4
Was it
months?
supposed to be May?
I mean, we were getting Last Jedi stuff for like a year before the movie came out.
Well, they're either
got me kind of worried.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I heard, the only things I had heard about it was that it was, when they changed the director and everything to Ron Howard, that everything was on schedule. They didn't have to reshoot very much. They didn't have any problems, So I don't know why all of a sudden they would have to push it back, but the one thing I've heard very recently was that it might be pushed back to December, possibly. And people mainly just speculating because there aren't any trailers and whatnot. Not that they've heard anything else really, so.
Like me and Crusader, we were like talking about it, and like we pretty much like came to the conclusion that we're pretty much gonna be getting a trailer, Super Bowl. Like that's gonna be when they drop the trailer.
Could very well be. Then again, could they maybe be taking what happened? Because it's almost like this whole Revan rumor in our little universe of this game that we're all so up in arms about. And you look at the bigger picture with The Last Jedi and how, the transition between Force Awakens and The Last Jedi created so much, like, fan speculation and theory crafting and all that business that that was a big part of, like, so many people being disappointed, obviously. There were things that were a problem probably no matter what you were expecting, but maybe they're going to try to go a different way and really not promote it very much. Just keep it mysterious so that you're not going in with any particular expectations,
True. That makes sense.
Not very likely, probably, when you just look at the way the movie industry normally would run, and I'm sure there's formulas and things that they have figured out that are the way to do it, but I'm sure no expert in any of that business, but it'd be kind of interesting if they just went about it a completely different way.
All I know is that movie is gonna have to really do something fantastic to get out of the shadow that the Last Jedi put on it.
Well, I'm a fan of Donald Glover. I don't know if you're familiar with him, if you watched Community at all, or seen anything else
No,
that
not
he
yet.
was in.
I've watched him before.
Yeah, I dig him. So I've got kind of high expectations for his performance. I'm really hoping he totally does the "hey baby," really plays it up and tries to do a good impression. It would be pretty awesome.
I think they have that guy coming back as Chewbacca from the newer movies. Oh, whatever his name is.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible at the people who you never see. I know everybody else's names, but the people who are in the costumes, I can never remember their names.
I thought he was doing a pretty good job as Chewbacca, so hopefully,
Yeah.
that'll be his role. Even though like no one would ever see his face, no one would ever recognize him on the street. But shit, he's being faithful to, especially since I think what's his dude's name? Peter Mayhew is his Chewbacca consultant. I'm not even sure what that even means, but it's doing a good job.
How do you spend when you spend Cantina energy on Cantina nodes? How do you spin them? Do you spin them all at once? Do you spin a large amount? Do you spin like small amounts at a time?
I break them up in like groups of 2s and 3s.
Okay.
Because you do them all at once, then you get crap.
It really does seem like it, doesn't it?
And I've also, whenever I'm farming something, I kind of do my like I told Crusader about this, that for some reason I feel like I'm right about this. Every time I'm gonna farm something on a specific node, like let's say the Shore Trooper and Kylo Ren's ship is on the same node. You know how if you go on the Shore Trooper, hit find shards, and it'll take you to that node.
Uh-huh.
If you're looking for his node specifically, I have like a theory that like 60% of the time it won't give you his shards, but it'll give you the Kylo Ren's ship shards instead.
Oh yeah.
Like it'll give you the opposite of what you're looking for. So I've been using that to farm, and it's actually been working out. Like I have a fully modded, a fully leveled up Shore Trooper. So instead, I go looking for his shard, and whenever I do like the 5x5 nodes, the challenges, whatever, I get all 5 ship shards, and that's been working out. Yeah, and it's been working out for me. So I've just been farming it that way. I've been doing that for that ship, the Falcon, and I said Kylo Ren's. I'm sorry, not Kylo Ren. The other one, the TIE Reaper. I've been getting the TIE Reaper shard like that. I'm about to level that one up, and I'm doing the same thing for Shore Troop, First Order Stormtrooper, and Kylo Ren's ship. Doing the same thing back and forth. That's the fastest way I've been farming them, and it's been working out for me.
That is very interesting because I definitely, kind of realized or thought about that early on, where, more with gear. If it was a piece of gear that where the heck do I find it again? I go and look for somebody that I'm, gearing up and find, use that route to find the piece of gear, and I would use it to find it, but I would not spin it. I would figure out which node it is, then I would go and travel there, manually in order to spin, just because I assume that if they know, oh, you're looking for this, huh? Alright. Here's what your new drop rate's gonna be.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, the same way. Mm-hmm. Just like, you're looking for this, we're going to give you that instead.
Yep. Huh, that's interesting, man. I hadn't thought about that with the ones with the tunes and ships, because I will absolutely do that for the TIE Reaper. I've been spinning 5 spins on the TIE Reaper every day, ever since it's been there, basically, so...
I think I've refreshed maybe once or twice on it, but I've just been doing that daily, and I've been getting at least like 4 to 5 shards. A couple days away from getting those star for it, and then hopefully I can finish it off, because that's one of the main ships I want on my crew.
Absolutely, it's because it's awesome. It's considered by many to be the best ship in the game. So, what are you running in ships?
I run lead. I actually forgot. Thrawn lead with I can't look at my ships. Oh, I wasted all my fucking challenge. Thrawn lead with Biggs, both the TIE fighters, First Order TIE fighter, Imperial TIE fighter, Maul, and Vader for the starting ships, and then I have Rex, Fives, the TIE Reaper, and Wedge on reserve.
I'm wondering if you, because like looking at my fleet arena, for one, it's almost entirely Thrawns at this point, obviously.
Same.
And man, like most of the people are running exactly what you said. Well, I mean, the Biggs, the two ties, TIE Reaper in the starting lineup, even at 5-star, 4-star sometimes, but definitely 6-star, 7-star, and Vader. And I started out trying that, and then I saw Warrior using using Biston instead of Vader there. And I know Ewok Spy in our guild has been talking about that and whatnot, and it's pretty awesome. But man, the RNG, does it seem to you like the RNG in, you know, that the AI gets has been like shifting recently?
I've noticed that every time I'm fighting someone else who has the exact same lineup on me, I never ever get that first lock on there, but yet they can target lock me. Like the AI target locks me like 9 times straight.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Well, how do you go about it? Say you're almost every squad is Biggs, the two ties, and then 2 other ones, whatever they end up being. How do you approach it? Do you go for Biggs first?
I go to target lock Biggs just because I obviously know he's going to get stupid protection back, so I'm trying to get him target locked first.
Mm-hmm.
That way, the First Order TIE fighter does that flyover that shoots him. It hits him harder with the target lock on him to take off most of his shields, and I just keep hitting him until I get Maul's turn to put the retribution on my big ship. That way, every time he gets hit, he fires back, keeps target locking them, just keeps getting his protection back while everyone else does all the whittling away. Use Vader to take away Biggs's turn meter. That way, he can't get off his little the assist shot off on me.
Yeah.
Like I just keep using that to just keep, like, my main goal is to keep my Biggs alive for as long as possible.
Right.
As long as I can keep him alive, everyone else is going to be pretty much safe until Thrawn starts using his AoEs. But even then, his AoE doesn't do that much damage to my ships, and I just heal them right away. And everyone's going to be focusing on Biggs, so I just keep on doing that.
Yeah.
And if they do happen to take him out, then usually, like 90% of the time, I always win my fleet battles. When I'm doing it, whenever my AI is doing it, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I drop like 10 ranks.
Yeah.
But I've never ever once used my full reserve teams since I got a 7-star Thrawn.
Oh no. I usually wouldn't pull in more than 1 reinforcement, and every once in a while you don't even need 1 reinforcement. It's ridiculous. I know a couple people. So, where are you placing, and are you in a shard chat and whatnot?
I'm not at all. I've been trying to look, but I couldn't find it, so I just gave up.
Yeah.
Just did my own thing at that point.
So, where are you placing? What kind of area are you in?
I place anywhere between. Normally, I place anywhere between 20 and 30, but I've lately been grinding hard that I finished in top 10 today. And right there, so far, I stood there, and I'm just going to keep grinding out my ships to get their star level up, stay up there, stay higher.
Yeah, nice, man. That's awesome to be getting to the top 10. You're not in a shard chat, because they're all different, I'm sure, and especially, you know, I would assume almost all shards have a chat with some amount of people in them. But I'm in one for mine. I was lucky that it was pretty easy to find. And in my particular payout, East Coast, there are 9 or 10 now, all collaborating. And, rotating. The ones that really matter are top 5, obviously, and then between 6 and 10, all get the same crystal payout or payout in general. So, but they go through this rigmarole every single day in order to, share and rotate up through the top 5. And I found them, and I was like, I've got the squad that I could get up there, but I don't really want to have to deal with doing all that business that they do. And are you gonna move soon? What's going on? Hey, I'm not gonna be able to make it. All this. So I just hung out between 10 and 20. That's what I've pretty much been doing for a couple months at this point. But man, ever since the last Chimera event and everybody getting that up to 7-star, whew, I definitely dropped to the 40s, 50s. And I kind of dropped off even and wasn't playing all that much. I'd do a battle or two just so I'd stay at least in the, under 50 in the 40s or the 30s or whatever. But man, I'm just noticing that the RNG anymore is terrible. They, the enemy squad just lands target locks like 80% of the time, and I'm landing target locks like 10% of the time.
Yeah, seriously, it's friggin' annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Or if not, their TIE fighters do their TIE fighters can the first order one can keep getting those double attacks over and over and over again, and I'm barely getting mine out.
Yep. I'm also noticing that, of course, it's always been this way. The enemy Imperial TIE fighter, is just gonna pretty much dodge. I basically was lucky enough to start working on early and get Poe up there so that I have him in my reserves to pull out once if anyone's gotten a shot on on the Imperial TIE somehow so that he doesn't have full health. Just at the whatever time I get the chance to pull in a reinforcement, he's usually the one I'll pull in because his first special can't be evaded if he's shooting at an enemy without protection. So it's a one-shot kill every time, basically. But anything other than that, he pretty much evades every single shot, no matter what. But I've been noticing...
That's amazing you get that, because my guy apparently doesn't know how to evade. He gets shot down almost instantly. Or if not, takes the biggest hit ever.
That's where I was going, was that my TIE fighter just does not dodge anymore. It seems like he cannot dodge. It's ridiculous. So, it's getting rough. And it could have something to do with, the enemy's, gear that they have on their ships and Zetas and stuff that I'm not looking far enough in to realize.
Yeah. At this point, I just saw that everyone that's above me, like 876, they're all gold level. I barely passed 400 ship fleet power. These guys are at 460, 480, and I'm like, I'm just gonna plop right here.
Well, somebody in my Fleet Arena chat mentioned not long ago to go for the First Order TIE pilot first.
Yeah, because he's the one that keeps throwing that. Like, that's what I do all the time. He keeps doing that flyover shit that hurts.
Yeah.
And it takes off a lot of health. So he's the main one you want to take out first.
Yeah.
Second person, in my honest opinion, would be Vader with his consistent target lock.
Yeah.
And his turn meter removal. I never go for the Imperial TIE fighter because I don't want to waste the chance in having to like him dodge it and just wasting an attack. So I just wait till my Thrawn's ultimate ability pops up and just take him out that way.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed that the only advantage I've found, I actually usually try to shoot first at the First Order TIE pilot instead of Biggs, because I seem to land a target lock most often doing that. It seems like if I shoot at Biggs first, I absolutely never get a target lock. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, I just tried playing a battle, and it's it didn't look good at first, but I did end up winning, actually, shooting at First Order TIE pilot first. Of course, they got target locks, and Biggs taunted immediately on the other team, and had to fight through them anyway. But there's plenty of battles where I notice, I'll luck out and they don't get that first target lock, and I am able to kill their first order TIE pilot first, and man, does that make a huge difference.
Now I kind of wish I had more replays because I want to keep climbing up the ladder.
Yeah, I pretty much have to climb like outside of payout and then just see where I am the next day, because it's just so hectic with the people actually in my payout. I don't even try.
Oh, I know I'm not getting anywhere higher than 10. Just
Yeah.
looking at those guys' ships, gold, a fully max. Sorry about that. I almost dropped my phone. The fully maxed out gold level TIE Reaper, that's at 68,000 power. That first flyover that guy did on me killed me from the TIE Reapers. And I was like, already. So this is what I'm working with.
It looks like Mutai jumped into the chat. You in there, Mutai?
Yeah, man. I just been listening for the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Oh, you should have jumped in, man. What are you doing?
Well, I didn't want to. You guys had a good continuity going. I didn't want to break it up. So
Nice. So what?
I've been
Hey,
sitting here playing, trying to get unmasked, leveled up even another level. So
yeah. Nice. Well, hey, what's your?
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was gonna ask, what's your opinion? Because we were talking earlier. Vakarian was saying that he's having a hard time with at least some of the setups of Jedi Training Ray, and he's using a similar-ish squad to you with Kenobi lead and most of the same tunes, and he's got a Rex that's all like Gear 12 and ready to go. What do you think? Is Nihilus like a key to the squad that you're using?
If I use JTR as a lead, I don't use Nihilus at all. I would use I'd use her and then the BB-8 and R2 with Kenobi and Thrawn, if you have Thrawn.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a killer squad because Thrawn just keeps rejuvenating everybody.
Right. Well, what I was wondering about was the one that you run, like, or do you just have the Rex-led one in for for defense to just sit overnight, or? Oh,
for my arena team?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't use JTR in my arena team. I have Rex lead because they could take out the JTR. Are you talking about taking out the JTRs?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood.
No, that's okay.
Rex lead, Kenobi, Nihilus. You have to have Nihilus
Okay.
and Thrawn. Yeah,
That's what I noticed too. Nihilus is key because
you got to kill. What I try to do is fracture CLS on the other team, and then take out Kenobi first. You just got to kill Kenobi because he'll just take hits after hits.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you can get the fracture on CLS, then you can come back and kill. Ray's easy to kill, especially if you can get Kenobi's special where everybody attacks.
Yeah,
she can go out with one hit. So, yeah.
Well, I think what he was wondering about was like having to fight against a Jedi Ray team with, what did you say, Vakarian? Like the 2 droids, original Ray, and someone else.
And usually, I want to say it was Finn. I can't seem to recall. But that 5th person is like the 5th person is not the problem.
Yeah.
At all. It's regular Ray, the 2 droids, and fucking Jedi Ray. They are the ones who are constantly fucking me up.
Yeah. If the regular Ray has a Zeta, you got to take her out first if you can, because that Zeta's killer.
Yep.
That's probably what it is, because she's nuking me for 60, 70k damage with one hit.
Yep. She's got the Zeta on her. I was thinking about using her, but I want to use my next Zeta on Maul because I never Zeta'd him up. So
I've got a Zeta ready too, and I'm trying to decide if I should do Maul also.
Because I like the ship. He comes in. He's my first reserve. He comes in, and then I usually get 5s there. As soon as Biggs gets killed, I bring the scimitar in, and then put that thing on 5s, and 5s can usually last out. He's pretty sturdy.
I was thinking about putting my Zeta on 5 on Maul when I get it next time, just because I want to build up a Sith team, and obviously he's the one that seems to be the best leader choice for a Sith team.
Are you talking?
Especially with the. Go ahead.
Or either of you talking? I know you said Mutai, that his ship is a consideration, but are you thinking mainly otherwise for territory war defense?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no other reason to Zeta Maul.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason, but that's the only reason I do it is just for territory wars.
Yeah.
Because I don't have, that way I wouldn't have to throw in. I'd rather play my Phoenix team on offense than put them in for defense.
So you mentioned the Zeta on original Ray being a problem. Yeah. So what is the deal? Why does that make a difference? I'm just looking at it because I haven't been playing around with the new Resistance, and I definitely haven't looked at old Ray in a long time. But it says that the Zeta, she just inflicts daze for 2 turns, which I'm sure also turns into an expose. But is that it?
Yeah, I'm just going by what the ship from my ship shard talks about.
Oh,
they use her because no one else uses her in my arena. Original rates, either Thrawn or Old Ben, because Old Ben can take a lot of hits too.
Yeah. Huh.
Raid Han sometimes.
I think what it is with the days that it stops all the assist hits that you can put out if you're using specific tools like Kenobi or things like that. That's why her Zeta might be useful.
Yeah.
And on top of that, if they're dazed out, you won't need Thrawn if you got Jedi Ray there, because she's going to be the one taking all the hits or dishing it out. And then you have the mini nuke in the background just ready to attack anybody, just take you out. Oh, God.
I'll tell you that Zeta on BB-8 is helpful, too, for when JTR attacks you, because if he's got critical damage built up, he can put some pain on you.
Yeah, it's... Which
doesn't make any sense to me at all for his character, but...
Oh, boy. The whole Jedi Training Ray thing is a bit of a mystery to me, other than what I kind of see when I'm fighting them. But, I'm just sitting there waiting for the plague to take over, so I'm not experiencing it the same way that everybody else is.
You don't have Jedi Ray?
I do. I got her, and I even gear 12'd her immediately, but it was like I was already into the Night Sisters, and I've only ever used... At first I was using 2, just Talzin and as a lead and Daka, and I was using, pretty much like R2, Kenobi, and maybe Barriss at first. And that was meant when it was CLS heavy, and it was just amazing. Totally just hit auto, let the plague kill them in about 45 seconds. And then Jedi Training Ray came out, and I got her and geared her. I had pretty much most of the gear saved up because I just didn't know what the deal was going to be. And I continued to try my squad I was already using against the people who... I've got 2 Team Instinct whales that immediately jump on anything new that comes out. And I found that I had no problem with them, so I was like, why am I going to start working on that when I could just Zeta Daka? And I could Zeta Asajj, and so I just kind of rolled with that, and now I'm way behind. So
we got two Night Sister squads in our arena that they climb really well, but I don't think they do well on defense.
Yeah, well, it's weird. I mean, mine, I don't ever drop out of the 20s for sure, and some days, even if I was only 4th place or 5th place or something, because of my rotation, I'll drop to 9 or something.
Wow.
Part of it could very well be the way I interact with my arena shards, the chats, because, me, I'm like, I help everyone, and, anybody needs me to change my squad because they can't beat me. I'm like, oh, yeah, absolutely, no problem, I'll put my droids in so that you can... So a lot of people might leave me up there and just choose not to fight me just so that I'll be up there to help.
Help them out, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of these are only 4-star mothers too, so
yeah.
I don't think they have them geared up enough. I mean, I just always use Raid Han, General Kenobi, and Barriss, and I taunt. I just put out Acolyte first. I just stun her. And I think that's the way she doesn't go stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
one of the Team Instinct guys in my shard had for a while been using an Asajj lead with, I believe, all Night Sisters, and man, I ended up finding
one of those. Not fun.
Yeah, I ended up finding that CLS, Raidhan, Thrawn, and Chase like just destroys them easily as well. So
because they have all those AOEs, that I guess, especially with Chase.
yeah. Well, they've got the healing thing so that they can, take care of the plague and whatnot, and then just all the tricks involved with CLS applying buff immunity, Thrawn being able to fracture the zombie. Well, that's the other thing. This guy, this is the guy who was showing you his roster, and he's got absolutely every single character completely maxed out, So he did that to his zombie before everybody realized that what you wanted to do was not, so... I guess that's the difference. That does make it easier because you can fracture.
I was going to ask about that. The zombie. So the key is to not level her up?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to run a full Night Sister squad, and if you wanted to use her in something like territory battles or anything PvE, raids and whatnot, where you need the characters to be to whatever star level, you have to at least do that much. But yeah, you want to use her in arena or territory wars or whatever. Best thing to do is not level her. I basically geared mine to 7, I believe, just because I wanted to get whatever speed there was, at least without going too far. I didn't even look. There may be more gear pieces that would add speed further up, but the thing is, all you really want on her is speed, period. I modded her with speed mods in order to get her as fast as I could with secondaries and whatnot, and the speed set, and tried to just really look and avoid any kind of addition of health or protection or whatever. But you need to have her be as fast as possible, because if you omega her unique, she is an auto taunter from the beginning of the match, but excuse me, she doesn't taunt again until she goes. So she's taunting.
That's where the speed comes in.
Yeah, they kill her immediately. She's useless now until she until she gets another turn, and then she goes and she taunts again. So I never ran that in arena myself, just because I didn't want to be that guy that was using the tune that you don't have to do anything with. It just seemed cheap to me, and I didn't need to, so...
Better man than me.
Well, there's at least one guy that just recently started using a 4-star Talzin that was gear 11 with, otherwise very good maxed out Asajj and Daka, Kenobi, and then a weak zombie, and man, he definitely sits up there, and... there's a couple guys that have trooper squads and they take him out easily, but otherwise, man, he is holding really well on a pretty mature shard. So, but unfortunately, yeah,
I got my shards from day one, so it's just a bunch of people who are completely just maxed.
Yeah, I can imagine. Thankfully, I didn't hear about this game until April, the April after it came out. So it wasn't, the oldest shard in the world, but
yeah, I was March.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough for us veterans.
It's well, I'm luckier than you are, because there's only 4 of us in the arena at the same payout. There's 3 the hour before, 4 of us, and then 1 after.
Yeah.
But there's no one in there for 4 hours before that. So we can start moving up hours ahead of time.
Ooh, that's nice.
It's very nice. It ships the same way. There's only 1 guy in front of us, and then there's 2 of us sharing my payout. And then we just have to watch out once in a while.
Oh, hey, Vakarian, I'll help you try to, just not to interrupt, but I'll help you try to look for your chats if there are any, man.
Like the only shard that I know that actually, damn, now that I think about it, I'm an idiot. Drum Cub is actually in my arena shard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never thought to ask him.
Yeah. And Molly's really good at finding them too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. He's always happy to help.
Mm-hmm.
I got an extra jump code just because I just get nuked the entire. Like the only shard that I'm actually good in, without even trying, is ship shards. Like I have faith in my ships and know exactly who to attack and whatnot. But when it comes to fighting the regular arena, oh man, I just can't compete. Getting murked every time. It all comes down to speed. I'm still farming speed mods. These people have like god mods on them.
Yeah,
Every single time.
It does come down to that for sure.
I'm looking at your arena squad, man. That's a very decent arena squad. There's no reason you can't be in the top 10.
Yeah, there is.
Absolutely. Wales, well, if you can get into your shard and find out when to move up properly, it makes a big. And they know you're there, they won't hit you. That's we have like 30 guys in our arena shard. We all kind of look out for each other. And then if somebody comes in later and starts sniping, we'll help somebody else out by locking them up or locking the sniper up. So
yeah, when you find your shard chat, it becomes a completely different story for sure.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm averaging 750 crystals every day because of it.
Yep.
It makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when I finish first in both because it's like 900. It's like an extra special birthday present or something.
Seriously.
That sounds so nice.
Well,
900.
How high up?
Yeah,
I just got top 10 now in ships, and those 200 shards were just like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And you're over here just talking about 900. I'm like, fucking 200.
Because you get 500 for in an arena for finishing first.
Well, you're sitting at 40. Yeah. You're sitting at 44 right now, Vakarian. What do you make it up to?
I can usually make it up to about 30 to 25.
Okay.
After that, it's too much of a climb, too much of a hassle. I get locked up the entire time. Or if not, my favorite thing is I get nuked immediately because it's all the Jedi raid teams ahead of me.
Yeah. Well, like we said, it can make a huge difference once, if you can find your chat, and then it just becomes a completely different story. In my fleet arena, like I was saying, I found the chat and joined and was like, I'm just going to chill between 10 and 20 guys, you do your thing. And they're like, okay, well, there's this one guy that we have looked for months. We cannot get a hold of him, seemed to be the type of dude that doesn't even really communicate with his own guild kind of thing, like just not an active. But this guy would climb from the 50s every single day and try to get all the way into the top 10 and totally mess up what these, the rest of these people in the shard chat are doing. So I was like, well, I can hold him up, I can spend my time, I'm not dropping. At that point, there was so many less, chimeras in there that I wasn't really dropping much more than into the 20s basically anyway, so I was like, yeah, I can jump up a few, and then when he gets here, I'll just grab him and hold him, and I'd lock him for a bit, and then I'd, let him jump once, and then I'd grab him and beat him and move him back, and then he'd move again, it's just this cat and mouse. So finally, like, it had been quite a while, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm busy during this hour. I can't sit here refreshing, constantly looking, waiting for him to move and stuff. So I tried reaching out to him. They had found his guild leader, for whatever reason, has a Discord channel, and they had tried to contact, I think, her, and she was like, he's not a real communicative type of guy, and she talked to him and said, no, he's not interested in that kind of thing at all, or whatever. And it's like, what do you mean he's not? He's climbing from the 50s every single day, trying to get up there. Why is he not interested? So finally, I said, hey, how did you guys get a hold of, try to get a hold of him? They gave me the line, or the Discord ID for this guild leader, and I hit this guild leader, and I was just, the way I am. I went into this long explanation that, man, I really wish I could help this guy every day instead of having to try to hold him up every day. He's got a good squad. He climbs. He's active. Why wouldn't he want to? Blah 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 blah. lo and behold, like 2 days later, all of a sudden, I gave her my Discord ID and said, if you can, forward my message and just have him hit me personally first, even, and just to, so I can talk to him and he can, find out what the deal is or whatever. Lo and behold, a day or two later, all of a sudden, bloop, bloop. And he was like, hey, I guess we're in the same, fleet arena. And I was like, yeah, what's up, man? And kind of explained, like, I apologize that I've had to spend my time messing with you and, all this stuff. And he's like, oh, you've been messing with me?
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, people that just are completely unaware of and unfamiliar with these shard chats, they might have absolutely no idea what's going on up there. And he had no idea. And now he doesn't drop out of the 20s. Everybody's friends with him, and it's crazy.
And we have a guy called the Destroyer, and we try to get him in. He must buy 300 crystals worth of refreshes every day.
Yeah.
And we contacted him, and one of the guys talked to him. He goes, "No, fuck you guys. I don't care about joining anybody. I'm on my own." Everybody went, "Oh, okay." So now everybody in the chat's like, well, anytime I get a chance to hit you, I'm knocking you back.
Yep.
And it's a concentrated effort. It's like, hey, I'm going to knock him back to 17. You knock him back to 22. And then it's like all in a row. And it's like, man, why would you be like that?
Yeah. And it's
Why
unfortunate.
make enemies like that?
It's unfortunately so easy for just a few people who are communicating with each other to totally, control that situation, like you said, and chain him back. And it's like, all right, that's the way you want to do it, I guess.
And it's like he's what was that guy that we got rid of? I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Master Kylo.
Master Kylo, yes.
Guy. Did he
The man of many
kicked out of
guilds.
another group?
I'm sorry, what'd you say, Vakarian?
Did someone say he recently got kicked out of another guild? They sent him back to the looking for guild pool.
I think so. He's had an illustrious career.
I think Molly said he got knocked out of 3 guilds in 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah, and I posted in, maybe it was in the in-game chat, and it's so easy to miss things in the in-game chat if there's very much chatter.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I went to the Alliance server, kind of recently, and, it was when a territory war first started, and somebody posted a picture of their matchup, just showing their guild and the other guild, and just the word master was in the title of the other guild's name, and all these people started, oh, master, we can't get rid of master. Oh, boy.
That guy tried to pick a fight with everybody. He was like Ewok.
Yeah, you reap what you sow, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was pretty vicious with everybody. He just wanted to be the dictator. And it's like, man, just chill out.
Yeah, I did a lot of work behind the scenes too, talking to that guy, trying to teach him how to be an adult and like interact with people. And
He was our guild's version of Scrappy Doo. Just trying to take charge of everything.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I kind of forget. I guess some of these are kids.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely had to be a kid. The way he was acting, he was definitely young.
Well, I mean, I think he was probably like a 19, 20, 21, 22-ish type of guy. I voice chatted with him even. In order to join the guild, I voice chatted with him. I think he came through the looking for guild, probably from another Alliance guild, I'm guessing. And in order to join, he wanted to voice chat. He said, hey, could we voice chat for a little bit and, just talk about your guild and what you're doing and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, yeah, awesome, And he's French Canadian, I believe, so he had a real thick foreign accent, and it seemed like, English was not his first language. But yeah, I talked to him for quite a while, and then I talked to him a time or two after that, once he started having problems with people and whatnot, and I tried to rub off on him, but
you rubbed him the wrong way.
well, no. I mean, he even,
I'm joking. No, I'm joking.
I know.
Like, you
Even-
can't rub him the right way.
No. Even at the very end, when it was just, okay, he's got to go, I talked to him, and he was like, man, I wish everybody else was like you. You know, they don't have to be disrespectful. He was all about disrespect, and everything everybody was saying was disrespectful to him. And blah blah
Strict
blah.
Cartman. Respect my authority.
So anyway, eons
So
passed.
Yeah. So Vakarian, I've been looking at your inventory of your team, and you really do need to work on your speed bonds. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
recently grinded up my resistance team to get 3-star speed mods now, or the challenge now. So like I've just been doing that, but I just been getting crappy mods. Like nothing's been dropping, and I really don't want to spend the crystals on the mod BS crap when they pop up in the store. And I've been
No,
it took me to having to take off all my arena mods and dropping 100 ranks to beat Thrawn to put him on my Phoenix squad.
Oh
That
yeah.
took forever to climb back up. That was a pain in the ass.
Wow.
And I don't want to do that again for any other tune. So I just been hopefully grinding the good mods.
It's so hard to move those mods around. It's such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I know that
Yeah.
Game Changers have claimed that they've tried to talk to CG, you know, whenever they get the chance about putting together some kind of mod management that's going to allow like locking sets together and whatnot. And hopefully they'll realize, because they claimed early on, you know, they responded to forum threads and whatnot about like, "Whoa, we need to be able to do stuff with mods,"
Yeah.
saying like, you know, the intention for mods was not to have them be moved around all the time, to be like a semi-permanent kind of thing that you could change your mind, but we don't want people moving mods this and that and blah blah blah, finding one awesome set and then just easily moving it around all over the place. But at this point it's just become like the game has become such a different environment with so many more modes and, you know, things you have to worry about that maybe they've come around to it. I'm hoping.
Or they want you to buy more mods. So
That's that more than likely. I mean, I guess anything you wonder about why they're doing what they're doing, the first thing you have to think is the monetary business end of it.
definitely. Yeah, I would never spend crystals on a mod, but I would spend the credit. I spend credits on them once in a while if there are 5 to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just spend 2 or 3 days a month just farming mods and nothing else. And I don't go to Cantina at all. So I just spend all my credits doing that because that seems to help. I usually get 1 or 2 that way that are decent, and then I just sell the rest.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely, like I was saying earlier, just spent months just not farming any characters from Cantina and just doing nothing but mods, and it definitely paid off. I've gotten a ton, you know, just because I've done it so much. I've gotten a ton of good stuff, but
I mean, I don't hear a cat. Did you kill it?
yes. No.
I know.
No, I figured out a way for one. Well, he's been actually not being too bad today anyway, but I figured out how to, I think I was telling you that in this live streaming software, which I don't know if you realized that we're live streaming right now, Mutai.
Oh, I didn't know, but yeah, that's all right.
In the software that does that, it's real easy to put a filter on and suppress sound and put on a gate on so that there has to be a certain amount of input for it to be, you know, picking up your mic or whatever. But Discord does the same thing actually. If you go into the settings, and it's like using Discord for me is 2 different experiences entirely, whether I'm on like my phone or iPad or I'm on my computer. I don't know if there's options, and I'm guessing there's options that you have when you're using it on your computer that you don't have when you're using it on a handheld device, but yeah, if you go into settings on the computer and into the video and voice, you can turn on I guess I could just show that, why don't I?
Oh, there's a noise suppression and echo cancellation. And automatic gain control. This is what I have it's on my phone. Auto sensitivity. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that was all was there.
Yeah. So I'm not sure why I'm not able to show Discord all of a sudden in here. It's stuck on. Yeah, what the heck?
Sorry about that, guys.
Quite all right, sir.
My raid alarm went off.
Oh, I didn't even hear it. Oh.
No, yeah, it went off and it kicked me out of the chat. Got 5 minutes to 8.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad that happened, actually. No problem at all, because otherwise it would have passed by and I would have never thought about it.
I was going to tell you it's 4 minutes away from, the free for all. So
Nice.
if you were going to post, yeah, it's like 4 till.
Yeah, I'm going to have to keep my eyes on that so I can get on my duties.
Yeah, don't screw that up again.
Seriously.
No more coffee mugs for you.
Oh, and I hadn't thought, since I actually got the next chance to voice chat to you, Mutai, to thank you for that shit, man. I was just blown away when I got that. I was actually over at Darth Sherm's house, and Drum Cub had set that up with Sherm to mail that stuff to him.
Yeah.
And so I just happened to be there, and we hear a little knock on the door, and he's like, "Oh, what the heck is that?" And he walks over and opens it up, and he's like, "Oh, I bet I know what this is." So, man, so awesome. I just finally used up the last of that gift card because, man.
Use it up in less than a month? Holy dude.
It's terrible.
You do drink a lot of coffee.
I do. I probably wouldn't have drank quite as much, but having one of those Starbucks gift cards in your pocket,
Makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. Where I go to visit my mom, there's a Starbucks right there, and I'm there every other day, basically. Yeah. But man, thank you so much. That shit was
you're welcome.
Awesome, and that mug is killer. I've never seen anything like it, man.
I'd never seen it either. I don't know where you found that thing, but it's great.
Yeah, super awesome. It seemed like maybe a website that's got, interesting collectible kind of stuff like that, or
Is Drum Cub in the US?
Oh yeah. He's in California. And it's actually it's actually interesting. Mutai, how much do you check out YouTube videos and stuff? I'm sure I apologize when I ask you guys the same questions over and over again. I can never remember.
Not that much. I'm an old man, so I don't watch the YouTube a whole lot. So
you can tell because he said the YouTube.
Well, one of the game changers, there's originally there was maybe 5 game changers. And if you're not familiar with what that even is, there's just people that were making YouTube videos and, with some kind of regularity or doing live streams on Twitch or whatever. EA started contacting and asking them to be part of this program to be these game changers where they sort of feed them content just a few days in advance or whatever and have them use their platform that's a little more interesting than the forums where they post all the information that, stuff that's coming out. And so at this point there's 20 of them, and EA collaborates with them. They've flown them out to California if they're not in California to tour the EA campus and meet developers and all this craziness. It's pretty nuts, actually. But one of the more popular ones, named Mobile Gamer, who I think has done a lot of different games and whatnot. But he's one of the real popular ones for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And Drum Cub the other day hit me up and said, "Man, me and Kate have a big surprise for you. We were sitting in our favorite coffee shop, and all of a sudden, we're sitting there both playing the game, and this guy kind of walks over and is looking over at our shoulders and starts talking to us, and it's this guy, Mobile Gamer, one of these game changers."
Oh wow!
Yeah, and they just sat there to BSing with him for a while they were at this coffee shop.
A small world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Seriously.
Oh, 7:00. Log in and notify.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna go on mute for a second.
Sure.
Okay.
Member. What's this, a pit raid? I so don't care about raids anymore. That's half of the reason that I'm having a hard time keeping up with changing banners. I pay attention enough to post a 0 and change the banners and notify in Discord.
I just do it for the tokens now that First Order Special Forces TIE Fighters in the store now.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't begrudge anybody having it be something that they're very interested in, just because, you know, it's one of the good ways to get resources, gear, and currency and whatnot. But there's just so damn much going on in this game. I can't put the time into it anymore. Alright, Discord's done. Say again?
Back then used to be so simpler. There's like 3 things we had to do all game. Now we got ship battles and territory wars and territory battles. It's too much.
Yes, indeed.
All right, I'm back. I'm going to go out here and wipe this pit thing out.
Do it! Well, since
I need some money.
Since we're live streaming and I've been showing my phone, just kind of playing and looking at rosters and blah 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 as we've been talking. Maybe I'll run in and play the pit. It's been
there you go, man.
It's been like 2 or 3 months probably since I've played a pit. How do you do it again?
Start your worst squad. Make sure you go 4x.
Well, the last I did it was a couple months ago, and I did it with CLS by himself. What are all the kids doing these days?
I use CLS lead with Jin, Rayhan, and then a Wedge and Biggs, and then just put it on auto, and it wipes it out.
Let's see here. Jin. Boop 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 boop. Right on. Mr. Biggs, Mr. Wedge. I can remember when it was so detrimental to have posted a 0 if you're planning on playing. Remember when it was like, oh, I can't start with them having turn meter. So, what do? Do you focus the side guards, or do you just, it'll take care of it no matter what you do?
Yeah, I just kill the side guards first, and then they never show back up hardly. So he never gets turn meter going, because between Han, Jin, and CLS, they just wipe them out.
This is gonna make for a funny live stream. Looking at the pit raid on 1x speed.
It is so boring on 1x speed. That's why I put it on my iPad and sit over here in the corner. But it's only fair. I mean, otherwise it's done in less than 20 minutes. And
yeah, I mean, I think well, how long does this take when you do it this way?
About 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, if I can do it 4x. I can be done in 8 minutes on 4 times.
So, while we're sitting here looking at this hilarious business, I noticed Molly posted in Territory War discussion somewhere in Discord the idea of swapping our Mauls with our Zeta Qui-Gon Jinns. What do you
like
guys?
That idea. Yeah.
I mean, I like it, and I see what he's saying. What he basically said was, R2 being one of the big counters for that. If you put them further back, it's less likely they're going to have any R2s left, especially if it helps to... Well, I don't know. I mean, you put something much easier up front, it is nowhere near as worthwhile. You know what I mean? They're going to go through those Zeta Qui-Gon Jinns way easier than they would when they're, 3 territories in. They've possibly done some work on, in the North route before that. So there's that to consider, that those are going to get eaten up like way easier than they would being further back. But at the same
No, that's
time,
true. But
at the
yeah,
same,
but it also makes the Zol's will be a lot harder too, right? So
yeah, it should.
yeah.
So yeah, it's worth considering possibly.
And I kind of like the idea of taking like 8 CLSs and 8 Barrises and not having a full squad of them in one area, because so far no one's going through them. I mean, I've known that the 2 guilds we've played were exceptionally poor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's a total mismatch. It's not even. I mean, it's really sad.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, last time I was using 30,000 point squads and winning against their teams.
Yeah.
And that's just crazy.
Mm-hmm. I
I
mean,
don't know what's going
Some
on.
ones on defense, and they never get to see any action. Could use them on offense.
yeah, well, what do you, I mean, I don't know who all gets to see how much of what's going on, especially with the split in time zones in our guild and a lot of stuff happening when a lot of us Americans are asleep. Do you guys get to see most territories and what's going on, and do you feel like you miss territories because they're taken out overnight and whatnot?
No.
I was up this morning. Actually, I've been up for about 14 hours right now.
Yeah.
When the last territory I saw was the middle territories, the first ship area, all the middle areas. Like, they were still brand new. I took out about 7 squads in the middle area and took out 2 fleets. But looking at their setup, it seemed very poor. That I used every tune I could possibly use to take anybody out, and I already knew you guys would take out the rest.
Yeah, well, what I was mainly wondering was that they had CLSs sprinkled throughout, basically. Every territory was a mishmash, totally random. But they seem to definitely have plenty of CLSs out there, so that was obviously detrimental to their offense and what, their particular guild happened to have left beyond that, and then having put, other decent stuff here and there. It's not like it was all garbage. They had some good Zol squads. It felt like, that's what I was curious, if it seemed to you guys like there was anywhere near like one territory's worth of CLS squads sprinkled throughout that they used.
I don't think so. I
No?
think there's like 2 or 3 maybe per area, if
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
In that back corner area, I mean, the one guy put in like 8 or 10 teams.
Oh yeah? I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I was like, "Holy cow!" And they were it was like Stone Cold Killer put them out there.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, I thought I noticed something like that earlier somewhere, and I was thinking the exact same thing. But yeah, I hate the way when these are run during the week, man. There's some days I can kind of keep an eye on it at work, and then other days I cannot. There's no way I can stop, and either my boss is around or whatever I'm doing, we can't be messing around, or I'm out on the road.
You're getting paid, man. You don't need to be playing the game.
No. So yeah, I missed that. I didn't see that, what you're talking about, if there was a big chunk of total garbage back there.
Yeah, I work from home today, so I got to pay attention to quite a bit of it today.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm on vacation for the next week. I've just been playing this nonstop.
So,
yeah, I only work 3 days a week normally, so I can usually pay attention to stuff going on. That's one reason I don't like putting out so many teams on defense, because I could be playing offense.
Yeah, I hate that you have to do that.
But if it's good for the guild, that's what that's what really matters. But
yeah.
I did notice we had one person didn't participate at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because we only had 44 people participate.
Yeah, and that's terrible, but not only for the extra burden that it puts on everybody else, but if they got 0 banners, is what you're saying? I haven't even looked yet myself.
Yeah. Well, they don't put them down as a 0, but we only had 44 out of the 45.
Yeah, so
who scored. So
if they if they got no banners, they got no rewards as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard that like early on in Territory Wars since they came out, and had kind of forgotten, and then somebody mentioned it again kind of recently, and I was like, oh, that's right. If somebody doesn't do anything, it's like the pit. If you didn't post a 0,
Okay, I thought maybe you just even if maybe they tried an attack and didn't get anything.
It's possible.
Would that still count?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I really wish there was so much more information that they would keep track of and tell us. You know, obviously people want to know things like, oh, the number of times that a squad set on defense actually won. You know, it would be amazing if we could see that kind of information.
I kind of watch it once in a while when I'm watching the squads.
Oh,
like
yeah.
If your team is there, I'll watch and see if they hit and they don't get. I'll go back and like 10 minutes later and try and watch it again.
Yeah.
to see if they hit it more than once.
Right. Yeah, it's fun. Definitely, like when you get to watch while a guild that that we're against is actually active and people are jumping in and doing stuff. It is really fun to watch. So just as a reference, well, I was just going to ask real quick, just as a reference, where are you in the pit if your device is nearby that you can see it?
Oh, I think I am in the third round, 75% left.
Okay. Hey, you're quicker than me. I'm only at 84% left.
I think I started a few minutes before you.
Oh, maybe you did.
A few seconds, yeah. I think my team was going and you were still picking your squad.
Oh, okay. Did you say you're in 4, Vakarian?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm about 70% for phase 4.
Did you say earlier who it is that you use?
Me? I don't think so, but I pretty much just use Wiggs lead with Thrawn, CLS, and Raid Han Zeta.
Ah, Wiggs lead.
Yeah, just for that extra damage, just to get it over with faster.
Yeah. Well, there it is, I guess. I mean, you said you use CLS as the lead, Mutai?
Yeah. I don't know why. I just do. Just because I know he takes away gets the first hit and takes away the turn meter.
Yeah.
So.
Well, obviously I was like, ooh, how do you do this again? It's been so long for me.
I hope you come in first because it'll freak everybody out.
I was like, wait a minute, what?
Who's this Bubba Fatty guy?
Oh, boy. Well, back to what you were saying. I mean, it seems like having a full wall of CLS is definitely good. I mean, as far as if we come across guilds that are weaker than us, it is going to just make we are going to win, period. But I'm really curious what this defense would be like if we came across either a guild that was similar powered or even more powerful than us, and or that was also organized and set up, the same kind of way. How exactly we would do.
I also wondered, since they didn't even get past our CLS squad, why don't we try the Kenobi Barris in 1B, and then move them all back behind CLS or something, just to.
Well, I mean, that's what we were talking about before we decided, because remember we had the last voice chat. That's what we were working on, and we figured out.
Yeah.
I posted in Discord, hey, here's what we talked about, here's what we figured out, and somebody immediately was like, I don't know, I think it's more important to protect ships. And I was like, well, yeah, what do you mean? What do you think? And that's
that was me.
Oh, was it? Yeah, well, that was perfect. And probably, I mean, I don't know.
Ships are easier to take down, and then when we lose those zones, it gives them a huge chunk of points. I feel like if we were to put CLS teams or just good defensive squads protecting those specific areas, we should be fine, even if they were to even get through the middle, because we have Ewok Spies team and your Nice Sisters in the back, which will be pretty much the good defense guys back there. But the ships, those go down way too fast, and they offer up way too many points.
Absolutely.
Those guys.
Yeah. Well, there's basically, because not this territory war, but the one before, they did make it through our CLS, right? And then the Kenobi Barrises were what made them just be like, okay, we're done there, let's go south,
Yeah, that's true.
So,
if wants to finish off.
Yeah, with that having been a weaker guild and less organized, and obviously we demolished, if they were able to get through our CLSs and then also get through our malls being in 1B, then that means they probably would have been able to get through our malls in 2A. you know? So it's hard because a whole lot of it. Aw, gotta be kidding
What?
me! Oh wait, no, there it goes. I started to lose my mirror of my iPhone on the
Oh,
live stream, but it came back.
are you done Vakarian with your pit?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move up to 4-speed then.
You've already finished and you're out?
What's crazy is that was all one-time speed.
15 minutes. You know, somebody posted in the game chat, Phase 3 in 15 minutes? I guess the
I
next
think
one...
that's about right. Yeah.
Well, I guess the next one's going to be Phase 4 in 15 minutes? Because it's only 16 after 8 right now, and Vakarian's done, so...
Yeah.
I may have to switch up my teams just because I finished that shit way too fast.
Yeah, you can always pause it. That's what I do sometimes too.
Just take it off auto.
Just take it off auto for about 2 or 3 minutes and just wait and then put it back on.
My dumbass keeps forgetting to keep my phone off auto lock, and it will close, and when I open up, it starts the whole thing.
Oh yeah. Ever since do you have an iPhone?
Yep.
Ever since they did the last update, mine restarts all the time. It didn't before, and now it restarts the game all the time. It sucks.
Indeed. I can't stand ever updating the operating system. There's always things that I don't like once I do.
Yeah, I usually try to wait, but they had so many security ones this last time I did it and was not happy. All right, I'm almost done. I got 1.5% left.
I just left mine on 1 times just for the heck of it.
Just because you're the king of the fats. Or Yoda fatty, right?
Hey, I've actually got to run to the restroom real quick if you guys want to keep BS, and I'll be right back.
Sure. Okay, man. Enjoy.
Will do.
I'm kind of hoping they put in a new raid.
Or redo these raids. Because they're too easy.
Like a mythic version of this raid, or I mean, I'm still holding out for a Death Star raid.
Well, that'd be cool. Yeah. Oh, a ship raid. Would that be awesome?
Like then, like the reward could be like Luke Skywalker's Red 5 X-wing, or some cool shit like that.
Yeah. Why are they waiting so long to do that?
Honestly, it kind of feels like they just gave up entirely on the on the ship's part. Like no real updates have came out to it yet. We get little updates for ships here and there, but gameplay wise for the fleet, nothing.
Yeah, I think that when they put them out, they didn't really know what to do with them. And we were just so short. I mean, you got four big ships, and you can't have enough small ships to go with them. You know, I got every ship available, and I still, I can barely fill up enough to go have, four turns in territory wars. So, but I don't know. They're working on it. I guess it's so hard to know because I don't really read all their forums and what they're planning to do, but I can't say I'm real thrilled about these new characters this last 2 they just came out with, but
This dude's in my room. What the hell? Get out of my room. I'm over here playing Fallout, and like just one of those random guys went into my house.
No.
What are you doing in here? Get out of here.
Get out of my house.
But yeah, like a new raid is definitely like should be on the fucking table for these guys. I'm really upset that we got Rose, and I mean, their kits look decent, but they're not the tunes we really want right now. We have too many light side characters, not enough dark side, not or at least not viable.
I
They just
agree.
give us
Yeah.
some like shit. I really hope those Revan rumors were true, just to give us something like to work towards. But now it's like, no, we're giving you guys more resistance so you can start making more teams. Like we need that.
There's quite a few dark side. I just split them up on this inventory screen, but there doesn't seem to be. I mean, there's got to be a lot less than there are light side. Let's see.
And half of them aren't even arena worthy.
Yeah, that's very true.
I mean, they could have gave us some, bounty hunters too. Like I don't even care if they're not even Sith. Give us, Django. Give us, Bosk. I want Bosk in the game so badly. Like we need a new bounty hunter faction pass redone. Apparently, everyone keeps wanting Cup to be meta again, or meta in general, because some people already have him gold for whatever reason.
I'm gonna say meta
Really?
again.
No, yeah, I meant like meta in general, just because I have no idea what it is about that character. I don't even think I even have him. If I do, he's like level 1.
Yeah. There's no need for him. I did finish.
What does he do? What does he do?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I farmed,
It's like it's like a mob enforcer.
Yeah.
They don't do anything.
I farmed Mob Enforcer and Cop and a couple of those completely useless tunes, thinking that maybe we would actually see them in platoons for territory battles, and we don't.
One character I would love to be in here, and he's in the game. We've seen him, we fought him, we hate it. Embo.
Yeah, seriously, it would be awesome, and people have wanted him and talked about him forever.
I was like, yeah, well, here's Rose. Have fun. Hold on to
Holdo, to what you love.
Hold on.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey, I got up to 7 stars. So
nice. I started to work on him and then realized that we don't see him because at this point the phases 1 through 3 platoons are static, the same every time. We don't see them, right?
no, that's the only reason I did it, because I thought we might need them for the territory battles.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
completely useless.
Thanks, man.
Hey,
Wait,
just
what character was this?
Orororor.
One of the Tuscan Raiders.
I was like, wait, what?
What are you talking about?
This
just
guy got a speech impediment. Yeah.
just as a side note, when I finished my pit, when it came out, the leaderboard reads Boba Fatty, Mutai, Vakarian.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you screen capture that and show it?
It's on the live stream, and it's actually still sitting there right now, but
cool.
I'm sure it's not going to stay like that. We were probably the first ones to finish, so there's probably going to shuffle around, I'd imagine, but...
It
Some people
does that. I mean,
some people take a long time to finish.
Yeah. Well, having gone out and, still showing that we're the only 3, actually, so...
There's only 4 people who even did it.
Yeah. I'm sure others are in and will finish, but...
Good old Carbon Sleeve, man. That guy, he's trying and trucking along and helping out.
Yep.
I was really worried about having a low power level person in it, but he's really doing well. Just trying to suck up on the live stream, so.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. So that new guy, did he come from the Alliance Guild?
No, that rotation apparently since the all the territory event stuff started just moves very, very slowly apparently, because we're still like 6th in line, having gone in, after getting rid of Stone Cold.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think some of these guilds are having they're really strict because one guy I talked to in my arena, that one guy had 2 teams that were over 2.5 million power. They won't take anybody under 2.8.
Yeah.
But they're very strict about what they do. So
Damn, 2.8. Jesus.
yeah. Well, these guys, they're whales. They're really strong. So then I'll put up, you got to do their 600 every day. I don't think you can take a vacation.
God.
Can't go to northern Italy and go skiing, I'm so jealous when I saw that. We went to Italy 2 years ago, and I was like, we want to go back so bad.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have imagined it being like snowy there. Am I a total idiot?
Well, I think the northern part is part closer to the Alps and stuff. So
Yeah, I guess so.
yeah.
I'm a typical American, completely unaware of the world around me.
You don't even watch the news, man. You don't even know what's going on.
That's true. I don't. Pretty blissful, actually. Not really.
Yeah, well, it's probably I don't watch the news either, so it's on right now, but I'm watching the weather. So we're 21 degrees above normal. It was 62 here today in St. Louis.
It's been consistently below 20 here in New York.
Oof.
Yikes.
Yeah, we were just below 0 for 2 weeks ago, and suddenly it's been really nice.
35 degrees. So it's actually going up, which is good. But then again, it says it's like 8 miles per hour wind, so it feels like 29 degrees. So maybe not.
Drum Cub, I didn't even realize I missed it. Like 20 minutes ago, Private DM'd me, hey, want to chat?
Oh, jeez.
I guess he didn't notice that we're in here.
We've been demoted. Fink, Scooby Ooby, and Demal. 1, 2, and 3.
I'm gonna run some diagnostics.
That always happens. I'll finish first and I'll end up like in 10th place.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
I've never finished in first one since all this happened. I don't know how they were doing it, but it's not fair, man. Chewy's done now too. I think it all depends which team you're using.
I'd imagine it makes a difference.
Yeah. I don't care. I just need some coins.
Yeah, now for that TIE fighter and the shipments now. That's all I care about. It's farming gear right now. I'm trying to find, like, apparently anything that has the word TIE fighter in its name is good.
Yeah, he's not so great in the arena. I've used him. I have him 7-starred. And they do okay, but he's not great.
Wait, the character or the ship?
The ship.
Oh, really? Fuck.
Yeah.
Damn. What about crew? You have crew or no?
Yeah, the crew, he's up. I got him geared to 11, I think. He's good in the first. I have him on my first order team in Territory Wars. He seems to do pretty well in there, but I don't. Maybe I haven't given much of a chance either because I don't put up with it more than a couple days, and they could just be bad RNG. Because I was that way before the Millennium Falcon. Because a few days he was great, and then a couple days he gets hit twice and he's gone. So
yeah, I don't like that we can't upgrade our ships properly. Like the same way we add like modifications or gear to our tunes and get their protection up. Like there's some ships are just one-shot kills.
Well, do you realize exactly how that works as far as, what mods do on the pilots and, well, really just leveling the pilots and gearing them and modding them? how that actually affects the ships, Vakarian?
Like modding for the ships, yeah.
Was it you, Mutai, who was talking about trying to put protection mods on pilots and stuff?
Yeah.
One of the last
Yeah.
times?
Or speed, yeah, so they go faster.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I tried. Yeah, it did nothing.
No,
That's because everyone pretty much will have the same exact ships. All that really matters is the what gear level your tune is.
Yeah. And then mods, the only thing that matters is the number of dots. So having all 5-dot mods, all gear or level 15. The stats, the sets, nothing on the mod itself actually does anything. It's just that you have 5 dots all at level 15. But then also, you may realize that abilities also make a difference. So that's why Ewok has talked recently about he's used all of his last several Zetas on just pilots that he would never Zeta, for the actual tune itself, but just because that adds speed and other stats or whatever. So
there's a Zeta and gear level. That's gonna be the next step then.
yeah, I mean, same thing, like putting the 3 Gear 12 pieces onto pilots that you would never otherwise put those pieces on also makes a difference. So if you really start looking at the pilots, look at the squad, and then go into the ship, and then go into the pilot of squads in your arena that you're fighting against, you may see that, oh, he's got him G12, and he's got 2 of those G12 pieces. Oh, and he's also got him Zeta. That's why they're going first, and possibly have more health or protection or whatever else.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I need some meta mats so I can get some of these guys, because was it Pathfinder? He's on Biston ship. I could use some metas on him, but I need them everywhere. So.
Are you talking about Zetas?
No, the gold.
Oh, Omegas.
Those, Omegas, yeah. Omegas, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I need a lot of gold and purple.
Yeah. When I started talking about new Takalambi and stuff, and you were saying you were trying it out and whatnot, everybody has a different experience with Omegas. Some people are like, I got plenty of Omegas, but I don't have any purples. Well, I got no Omegas, but I got 700 purples, So,
I don't have any of anything.
Well, for that Newt Akalambi team, there's 4 Omegas that, if you can get together 4 Omegas between those 3 characters, really make it work, basically. Just so
and
you're
I think
aware.
I did that after we talked.
Did you?
I got Acolyte. I went and then used all mine on her. She's maxed out everywhere.
Oh, nice.
And then Zombie, I still need the unique. But I just need one more mat for her, the Omega mats for her. And then her unique will be level 7.
Nice.
So,
that is possibly the most important one of all. To try to use it the way we're using it, just so that she's already taunting. That adds her auto taunt at the beginning of the match. So the experience that you had in this last territory war, I'm imagining she wasn't taunting at the beginning, so they were able to attack your, did you say Acolyte immediately?
Yeah, and then I also use her Acolyte special instead of just using the basic, because I didn't read that until afterwards. I was so tired last night.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll just use basic. And I think we talked about it last time when we were on the voice call, and I was trying it, and it worked great.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to take the health mods off of Zombie.
Yeah, definitely.
Just put speed on it. Yeah.
Speed.
I was just doing. Yeah, I was going by what Crouching and Rancor said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I've noticed a lot of those I don't agree with. So.
Well, I mean, they're probably talking about them for, the most useful aspects of the game or whatever, not some stupid little. But man, I really think if we could get an army of those things going, that could be used to take out a lot of stuff. I mean, the coolest thing about it is it's 3 tunes that most people quite possibly are not using at all.
I just use them as a mop up. Night Sisters as a mop up
Yeah.
because they're not very, but they can. I mean, with Daka, she keeps bringing people back. It's great.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. The hard thing with even mop up is, if the tunes aren't, fleshed out enough, the tunes you're trying to use for mop up, if it's your, totally bottom end stuff, depending on what is left, if there's a CLS left, it's ridiculous what you have to bring in against one CLS on defense that already has turn meter,
Oh, before you took that last guy out in that last territory over 2A,
Mm-hmm.
I was getting ready to put my wedge bigs in there just to take him out.
Yeah.
I was going to put the squad in there. It's like, well, we have to get it. That's worth a lot of points to get.
Yeah.
To knock him out. So,
well, I'll tell you,
you can't use a dumb squad against him.
No,
he'll just get stronger.
No, I'll tell you what, and I'll in the game on the live stream, so I'll just go in and show the squad. That is exactly what I did. I used I can't remember what it was I started with. I used a decent squad when it was CLS, R2, and one other character there. And I could not believe how CLS he wasn't even the lead. And he just murdered this team. Like, my Empire team or I can't remember which one it was now. I think it might have been this. I'm only saying this because it's actually showing in the live stream, but like a Palpatine-led Sith team. And I wasn't expecting necessarily to beat it, but I just kind of thought, like, oh, I'll give it a try. What the heck? We're doing so good. We're so far ahead. One of the two. Maybe it was a Vader with Krennic and Tarkin and Stormtrooper and TIE Fighter pilot, and he just whap, 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 whap. Just killed him. Especially, it seems like once it's just him, when there's other tunes on the other squad still, it almost seems like they hold him back because he's not getting to go as often or something. So yeah, I took in Wedge, Biggs, Captain Han Solo, Lando, and Stormtrooper Han against him to just take out that CLS. It was like I fought them, CLS was left, somebody else jumped in, fought that CLS, lost. He was like, I'm sure they did damage, and then he just got it all back. But he looked exactly the same once they got out. So I was like, all right, I'm just taking this out. And I brought in a full, decent squad, all G11 or G12, to just make sure that I took him out. Because you bring in 3 tunes, it's very possible he's going to take those 3 tunes out.
Oh, yeah. He's a killer. I mean, you can solo the pit raid with him.
Yeah.
It could probably be his second Zeta that not learn control. The other one that when he doesn't have the call to action, he has like 100%
tenacity.
Chance.
Well, counter chance and tenacity, depending on whether he's got the Zeta on there. Oh boy.
You just got to find somebody to stun him. I think that's the key.
Yeah.
You can get him stunned or fractured or something.
Right. Well,
you can actually kill him.
Yeah, that's the thing. You almost have to either bring in a full squad that can do big damage, and I used that squad specifically knowing that possibly the only reason that I'd actually win was because Captain Han can apply daze on his basic. But he never applied it. It was like I never got the chance while he didn't, it's like when he does have call to action up, that's when you can apply debuffs to him and stun him and do things to him, But I didn't see that option, and thankfully it was just having a team of 5 was enough to overpower him, just enough firepower to actually take him down. But, man.
Here's your live stream test. Let me go in here.
Thank you.
So, okay. So is this voice chat too?
What?
On YouTube, I'm trying to see if I can watch you live.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you go to that channel,
There we go.
I'm so disorganized. I should put the live stream, like the channels link in Discord, but I haven't. I figured more than likely most people just, just in case they wanted to watch this like after the fact, just as background noise or something.
So I'm trying to rewind it just to see where it goes, but it. There we go. Now you're making changes.
Oh, no, I'm just I'm so bad at this. Drum Cub is in the voice chat. Are you there, Drum Cub?
I am indeed.
How long you been sitting there?
Oh, I've just been, hiding.
What's up, Drum? What's up, Kate? I think I heard Kate giggling.
Yeah, that was me.
What's up, guys?
Nothing much. We're in San Diego for the PGA Tour event, so we're just chilling down here and decided to jump in.
Nice. PGA.
We heard about your we heard about your failure to defeat CLS.
Yeah, seriously. That dude is a monster. It's ridiculous. You give him turn meter on your squad. Ugh.
Man, I had to clean up like 2 CLS remnants this last territory war, and I did it with you were talking about stun. Royal Guard is who I do it with.
Oh.
Because you can taunt and stun with him.
Yeah, seriously.
So it works. So I did what you did, and I did like I think I did a palp lead just to get the anti-rebels energy. And then with the TFP and Royal Guard, and I just did those 3, and I was able to take it out.
Nice.
Plus, you can get the buff immunity and the shenanigans if there's an R2 left.
Yeah.
Chirrut can be a pain like that too if he's by himself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So because you reminded me, I used his Red Guard with Foreign Boy Luke. And then one other guy, I forgot who it was, but between Red Guard stunning him and taunting, Farm Boy Luke took him out. So
nice.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Farm Boy is good for something.
For something.
So interesting. So how'd you guys? So what have you guys talked about so far? I don't want to repeat anything.
No, all kinds of stuff. We started out talking about territory wars and went into some arena talk and then some fleet arena talk and blah 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 blah. I feel bad we hadn't started the live stream, but Peldor Varga jumped into the voice chat when we first started, and that was cool to get to talk to him. I had never talked to him before. And he was just like, I want to take this opportunity to thank you guys for letting me be in this guild and helping me out. And that's been such an amazing. So that was
hilarious.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And I love how you probably have a recording of it, so it'll be even funnier.
Well, no, I mean that part. I think it was before we started. We were just voice chatting earlier, and it was before I actually.
Failure.
Yeah.
Failure.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I didn't know how long he'd be around too, and then he was like driving with his wife, and he's like, "Oh, my wife is getting on me. I gotta go, guys. I might be back later." So who knows? He may be back.
So did you tell anybody else who Kate and I met?
I did just a little bit ago, actually, and I want you to tell us about it because I hardly heard anything.
Oh, geez, it was wild.
I bet.
We were just at a local coffee shop that we go to like all the time, and we're just sitting down like drinking our lattes, and this guy walks by. He's like, "Oh man, haven't seen anybody really playing the game before." And like Kate looks up and she's like, "It's you!" And I think she kind of like startled him because he kind of backed away a little bit and kind of like, "Oh, you guys are crazy." But then he came back over and we were talking about the game, and he looked at both of our GPs and he's like, "Oh, you guys are like serious? You guys have been playing for like 2 years."
That's crazy.
So. Yeah, and then the very next day we went to another coffee shop, and we were just doing our dailies and territory war, defense setup and stuff, just hanging out with them and playing the game.
That is unbelievable.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I love his personality. He seems like so smooth and so calm and relaxed and just, obviously very knowledgeable and whatnot, but it would be so cool to hang with him, man. I can just imagine.
Oh.
Pardon me.
Ooh.
What's that, Mutai?
I thought maybe we lost somebody because it went so quiet.
You guys still there, Cub? We may have lost Cub, possibly. It sounded like he was breaking up just a tiny bit.
Looks like you're going to come in 5th there, Bubba.
That's alright.
Yeah.
Mainly just something to show on the YouTube.
You actually are participating, which is nice.
Yeah, seriously, for a change.
Yeah. Have you heard from the new guys at all? They haven't posted in chat at all, have they?
I don't believe so, no. The guy that we got today, I kind of looked. I saw people had said, "Hey, welcome" and whatnot, and I looked at his last activity immediately just to see if he was actually playing or what was going on. So it didn't look like he had been on since before we actually accepted him. So
he doesn't even know he's gotten into a guild, maybe. So yeah,
quite possible.
Yeah.
The other guy, King Webb, I'm pretty sure, did he hit me in? I think he's in Discord. Oh yeah, he definitely is, because I see him on actually a lot. He hasn't really interacted with the guild very much, but
you're talking crazy here, Nick.
I think he shows online a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, he's online right now playing Tabletop Simulator, whatever that is.
Is that like ping pong?
I don't know. Probably.
All right, I'm Googling that.
It's funny, actually, seeing sometimes what people are playing. It's funny on Discord. I don't know if I guess it's people playing computer games and having Discord open on their computer that it's telling what they're doing,
Would you call it Tabletop Simulator?
Yeah.
Oh, is it you can play and create tabletop games?
Ah.
Multiplayer physics sandbox. Okay.
That's interesting.
Dungeons and Dragons and
nice.
All sorts of stuff. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's very interesting. I know you guys probably caught Ewok Spy talking about, and he's said before that he goes to gaming conventions and whatnot, and Settlers of Catan and blah, 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 blah. And
that guy is so bad.
Yeah, I've only played sports games like that, like Stratomatic baseball and football.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Used to be in leagues for 20 years. It was crazy.
Wow.
Well, it's all on computer and it's so impersonal. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. I've been playing not Dungeons and Dragons specifically, but that type of role-playing games since I was a teenager as well, actually. And I had a hiatus for the guys that I did it with up until I was maybe 20 or so. We all kind of drifted apart and everybody else basically moved to different states all across the country. But probably like 5 years ago, the guy who always ran it hit me up and was like, "Hey, you can roleplay online now. There's these websites that's like a virtual tabletop and we can all use webcams and hang out." And we've been doing that now every month for the last 5 years, once a month.
Do you have time for that?
Once a month, yeah.
Once a month.
Thankfully, I don't have to run anything or prepare anything or just show up and act goofy, basically.
Nick, gross. Seriously? I know it's grizzly, but what is
Oh,
who's watching TV?
Sounds like there's drama going on there.
No, sorry, guys, that's me. I'm playing Fallout.
Ah.
Oh, it's all right.
Which Fallout you playing?
4.
Nice. I think. What did 4 come after New Vegas or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. New Vegas was the last one I played. But ever since Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, I haven't played anything else. I was a hardcore video gamer before this, and now I am not a video gamer at all, other than this.
Yeah, I got a PS.
Doesn't Star Wars count as a video game still?
It does, absolutely. But I'm saying, like, normally I'd have 4 different games I'm playing all at once, and then when they're done, I get new ones. And man, I haven't done that in 2 years.
Well, I considered video gaming. I was dating the games before Star Wars. I'm in a very very intense relationship with a very controlling vice.
Oh, that is hilarious.
So I got a PS4 for Christmas with the Star Wars, and I haven't played it a whole lot because I've been busy playing this.
Yeah.
So
Understandable.
although it is a lot of fun. I thought about quitting this and playing that, but there's more interaction with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you talking about Battlefront?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to play it mostly just for the, like, I'm such a nerd about this game and about Star Wars. I've, not real long ago, I guess, really, but started subscribing to, like, Collider Video or whatever it is, where they have, like, weekly a panel. Like, they're professional people with a stage set up like it's, CNN News or something, sitting there talking about Star Wars news from the week. It's ridiculous. And they're awesome. They're awesome, actually. And the amount of knowledge they have. And, of course, once Battlefront came out, they started talking about it. And being busy people, they're mainly, like, playing it and enjoying the story part of it. Just more story from the Star Wars universe and whatnot. So I'd love to play it just for that part of it, at least. Of course, it would be fun also, but
Yeah, I don't go online and play against other people. I don't have time for that. So
yeah,
or the patience.
yeah,
Oh, trust me, the patience is a big fucking thing.
yeah.
I was playing last night, Heroes versus Villains, and that game is just so unbalanced. Like, the bad guys have all the power,
Oh yeah,
and like if you run into Maul, Kylo, and Vader, and God forbid Boba's there, just don't even bother fighting back
yeah.
because you will get destroyed, and it's such a pain in the ass, and it's oh god, like they need to fix the game. Like, the game is great, but then when you start playing against other heroes, it's just like really unbelievable.
And this is you talking about playing online against other people?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's the opposite of this game, where light side has all the power.
Exactly.
Okay.
The only character that's good is Chewbacca, for whatever reason.
Well, that's the way.
God, yes, it's backwards.
Well, that's the way it should be. Chewie should be a beast.
But you have,
Smuggler,
like, a power that
Smuggler
can, like,
Chewie is a
deactivate
beast.
your lightsaber. It's just like, what?
Have you done a lot with the veterans then, Mutai?
No, I've just in the territory wars. I use him as a scrub up, and man, he can punch somebody and take them right out and daze them. That's great.
Yeah, well, how do you have them geared and stuff? Are they kind of fleshed out, or where do you have them?
Oh man, I'm playing Words with Friends, and you're gonna ask me to go back to Star Wars.
Oh no, go ahead and do what you're doing.
I'm joking.
I'm going into your inventory now, and I'm gonna take a look.
Okay. I don't really have him much, but he's there, and I put him with veteran, and I lead with Leia. And I mean, they're pretty good at taking out weaker characters on a weaker team.
Yeah, when he
comes up there and he punches them, and they just go for days for 2 turns.
You've got yours about where I have mine, and I feel bad because especially recently with these territory wars that we've just absolutely demolished them, I haven't even attacked as much as I could have. I mean, a lot of the time I'm thinking, like, I'm not going to try to take my G7, G8 tunes in, even if it's not meta squads, but they're G10, G11, or whatever they got in there. I haven't even tried. But man, I'll play around with it, definitely.
Well, I figure I got nothing else to do, so I might as well just try those out. And I try to pick, the lower hanging fruit, that's in the area and pick on them.
Yeah.
So
Well, I guess half of the time I'm kind of thinking, I don't want to go in and totally screw things up and give the other team turn meter for someone else to have to deal with, or.
Yeah. Yeah, screw it. Especially if we're up by 2,000 or 3,000, it
Yeah.
shouldn't matter.
Or if we're
Yeah.
up by like 7,000 or 8,000. So hey, what are your thoughts, Cub and Kate, about we were talking just a little bit ago about Molly's suggestion to move our malls further back in the south. I think he recommended possibly swapping them with our Zeta Qui-Gon Jinns. Did you either?
I didn't look at. I mean, I just kind of went in there and threw as much stuff in as I could. The big thing I was going to ask you guys is what happened with their squads, because like I went in and they were like pretty good squads, and then I came back like 2 hours later and everything was gone.
Well, at what point do you mean? At the beginning or?
Well, yeah, it was. So it would have been like 5 or 6 o'clock your time, and I went in and there was like the territories that were open had pretty good teams on them.
Okay.
And then I went back in like an hour or two later, and just everything was gone. Just everything was dead. Yeah.
Well, I thought felt to me like we got a little bit of a slower start than the territory war before it. It seemed like we kind of hung in the first 2 territories for a little longer. But yeah, I mean, it's always surprising when people swoop in all of a sudden and, take out the CLS squad that's there, and then somebody takes out the mall squad that's there, and it was disorienting, actually, seeing all the territories being completely randomized like they had them.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. I was just wondering, did they just have like cannon fodder like in between after those first like because I saw the CLS territory, and I did a couple battles in there, but then like I didn't see it open up. So did they just have just horrible teams after that?
I don't know if I would say horrible. There was definitely subpar stuff mixed in, but my experience throughout it kind of seemed like each territory had a few CLS squads, a few mall squads, and, some decent stuff here and there. There was definitely, crappier things, but it was like a Luminara lead that's G12 and, some Jedi behind her that are G12, just kind of things like where did that come from, or why do you even have that? So
well, yeah, I saw a couple like mace squads too, and I was just like,
yeah,
what is going on here?
yeah. So it's obvious that other than the fact that they may have had squads in that just were not powerful enough at all, and that the way we do it, setting up walls of the same thing, is absolutely the way to go, just because it, like we've always said, it totally limits your options, and whoever's available when all there is to fight is a CLS squad or a mall squad in the first 2 territories. Well, I don't have anything left that can do that, so nothing's happening. You gotta wait until the next person's available that has something that can work against that. So
well, and especially when we stack them, I think when we stack them, just like you said, if people don't have anything that can beat them, they have to wait for everybody else to log on, and if it takes them a super long time to get through the first one, they won't have enough time to finish.
Right. It seems like that's absolutely the way to go, and for that, because it's difficult just having to use up all your resources right at the beginning on the hardest, defense that's set up, but also, yeah, for that reason, it totally works against people's schedules and availability, and it's the way to go. The one thing, well, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask, like, are any of you guys going all in on Unmasked Kylo, or Cum, or whatever people are calling him?
I'm going to probably farm him to some extent. I'm on the fence about. I had gone so far. I'm like 20 or so into Sith Assassins 7th star, and maybe 40 into Troopers 7th star. So I want to finish them, but yeah, I want to also farm Kylo because Might as well for territory wars. If we're using first order anyway, that's definitely a much better option. So
Well, and his ship is like incredible.
yeah, that's true too.
So
And
I mean, and the fact that it's on the same node. I
it's
mean, I just saw it, and I don't know. I'm hearing rumors like floating around. I think it's going to be 5-star Sith. I think that's going to be the requirement, and not like the. I mean, they may require the assassin and the trooper, but I don't know. It sounds like 5 stars like the target.
well, I mean, 5-star would be the target for anything other than a legendary event, probably.
Yeah.
Or I mean, yeah. So, but at the same time, if you have him 7-star, then you'd be able to get him 7-star. You know. So I guess it depends on whether you want to get, whoever it were to happen to be at 7 stars or just start off with 5, I suppose. But
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean, honestly, when I heard it wasn't Revan, I got just so super bummed. I don't know about you guys.
yeah, I mean, I wasn't surprised really, even though it seems like almost any time a rumor like that has surfaced, it's true.
Yeah. Well, the Thrawn one certainly was.
Yeah, but at the same time, it kind of seemed like, it seems like for a character as, that people want like Revan, that there's got to be something they're going to do to make millions of dollars in like a week. It's going to be brand new characters that came out that you have to pay for in order to actually get, in order to unlock Revan, So it did seem weird.
Or they'll pull another Thrawn and do like just like you were saying, like do a whole new faction,
Right.
like a Phoenix. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I was bummed for sure when I heard it, but what are you gonna do?
I do like they have the ship and Kylo on the same spot.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing because I've done maybe 2 sets of Cantina energies on him, and it's really nice that most of the time, if you don't get Kylo, you get the ship.
Right. Yeah. Now,
Yeah,
I've gone from farming. Oh, go ahead.
I've gotten a lot of rolls where I've gotten 2 Kylo like on just 2 sims because I only do them 2 at a time. I've gotten 2 Kylo 2 ship. Like I've gotten that actually a ton. So it seems to be a pretty high rolling node.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's just the whole confirmation bias thing, where you think something is some way and then you see it happen and then that salts it in your brain, or if there is any kind of higher rate that they have set right now or what, but I kind of experienced the same thing.
Yeah.
I just went and did 2 battles and got nothing out of it, so.
Oh, okay. I just bought 3 refreshes and I'm going to spin them 2 at a time and see what happens.
Well, then I guess I need to go to. I need to go to Vegas if I'm really that lucky. Then.
Yeah, you do, because my first spin I got nothing. No Kylo, no ship.
It knows we're talking about it.
Yeah. 1 ship.
Yeah, I quit farming Sith Assassin since I can get them in the guild store now.
Yeah, well, I was doing Sith Assassin from the guild store and Trooper from Cantina, and it seemed like basically once Kazi Spoon started posting on the forums about how we shouldn't, base our farming on unsubstantiated rumors, Sith Assassin completely disappeared from the guild store for me. She was not there for over a week for sure, checking every single refresh. So I start thinking.
I haven't seen her for a week and a half.
Yeah.
Oh, I get her every day.
What?
Almost every day. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got 2 ships and 2 Kylos.
Yeah. Now, when I was farming Colonel Stark, I couldn't get him to show up hardly at all. But now that I got him 7-star, he shows up all the time. So.
Well, that's just the old. That's how it's always worked. As soon as you finish
Yeah.
somebody, they are there every time. So if there's ever somebody that a location where you're trying to get two different people, it's definitely best to like do them evenly if it's at all possible.
So I was going to ask you guys, do either of you guys have any experience with the Special Forces TIE Fighter?
I have him 7-starred Gear 11. I'm not thrilled. So
Not thrilled? Okay.
yeah. I mean, I'm going to go back since we've been discussing it tonight. I'm going to go back and put him in my lineup and give him a week. I've only given him a couple of days, and he was too squishy. But that could have just been bad RNG. So
you would say that the other first order tie is better still?
yes, much better.
Okay. So do you have the unmasked 7-star as well?
No, I have him. I think I just got him to 5-star today.
Oh, okay. Well, because I'm looking at what's the optimal first order defense for territory war? Because that's kind of what I want to farm.
Well,
Go ahead, Bubba.
Well, I believe I just saw a video, a live stream of Warriors where he was taking questions and whatnot, and somebody asked that exact question. And if I'm not mistaken, he said absolutely Kylo Ren unmasked lead, First Order TIE Pilot, original Kylo Ren, First Order Stormtrooper, and First Order Officer, I believe.
Okay, so it's excluding Phasma and excluding the new First Order, the Special Forces.
Yeah, and Executioner.
Okay. Oh yeah, well, yeah, that was obvious.
Yeah.
So
but didn't Jan have a 4-star unmasked Kylo in one of the areas? As a lead?
Is his 4-star? He has definitely been putting in, him as the lead in Territory Wars. I can't remember now if his is only 4-star. I thought he went all in on it.
Maybe it was somebody else, but it was only a 4 or 5-star. Go see if I can find it. I don't know if it was Jan or it was Ewok.
Oh yeah, Jan's got his G12 7-starred.
Okay.
So it might have been Ewok.
Oops.
Hey guys, I think I'm gonna bail out because Kate and I are just drinking some coffee. But it was definitely a good chat, and I want to do this more often if possible.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Good talking to you, man.
Yeah,
Take care.
Take it easy, Kate. See you, Cub.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Yeah, Ewok's got him as a 4-star. I think he had him as a lead.
Yeah, that's the way to go for defense, from what I understand, for sure.
And I can never figure out the gear levels on these guys. I mean, I can tell if there's a 12 or not, but he's purple, so that's gear 11, right?
I mean, if he's got all the rings, And
no, he's got one purple, so it's probably gear 9.
If it's just purple with the little nubs, that's G7. If it's
he's G7.
Okay.
He was leading with them. Wow.
Yeah.
He must be a good leader.
He may have been just mainly hoping to try to throw them off, something different, unexpected, or whatever. I have no experience, to tell you the truth. I haven't played around with him. I have mine, maybe G7, G8 or something. Same thing, 3-star, 4-star. And I have to admit that I have not really played with him.
Well, me either. But he gets, with his leader, first order allies get 25% critical damage and 25 speed. So that's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And if they score a critical hit, they gain 15% turn meter. I can see why you want him leading.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going all in on him.
Yeah, gonna have to pay attention to them again.
It's too much to pay attention to.
Yeah. Seriously. I got hung up on First Order Stormtrooper at like G9 or something too. I think the couple pieces he needs at this point. I was like, no, I don't want to do it. It's like 2 Carbontes, a thermal detonator, and a stun gun. No.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know where I got all my Carbonias. I had like 287 this morning.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I don't know where they all came from. I just hadn't been using them, I guess, or hadn't needed them.
Yeah, if you don't go gearing for a little bit and you're just doing those daily challenges every day.
Yeah, and I give them away all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Maybe I should quit giving stuff away and be a little selfish once in a while.
Yeah.
It's fun helping people out, though.
Absolutely. I think I just passed recently, 10,000 gear donated lifetime.
Jesus. Wow. That's amazing.
I think our guild is pretty much a year old. Darth Sherm keeps track of it real well. He's 100% perfect. The entire life of the guild, he has never missed a single like daily 600. So all he has to do is divide his 600 and find out exactly how old our guild is. It's crazy.
How long were you guys around before we joined?
Well, you were in the first group to join. Days.
Days, okay.
Literally
okay.
days, yeah. We broke off from the guild we were in and had maybe 16 or 17 initially. A couple of those dropped off possibly before you guys joined or shortly after you guys joined. And yeah, but it was literally like a week at the most. However long it took for you were in the first group, right? With like Chew and TK and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. The entire whining and dining period where TK came and joined our guild and said, "I'm here on a diplomatic mission." I had to go through like just back and forth, chatting with him in our game chat, and we were in Discord definitely at that point, so he joined our Discord server and we went back and forth, and he kind of led us on a little bit. He made it seem like you guys were interested in joining our guild, and then it became clear after 4 or 5 days that you were never going to join our guild. He was trying to get us to join your guild,
I think that we were worried because we didn't know. We just came out of a really bad relationship.
Right, right.
Just like you guys probably did. And we were really nervous, but we're like, we can join them, and then if that doesn't work out, we can all leave. And it worked out great. So.
Absolutely. Well, it took eventually. He kind of came in and was like, "Okay, this is we need to make a decision. We want you guys to join our guild." And I was like, "Hey, can we voice chat at some point?" And I think it came together like right then. And Chew and TK were like, "Yeah, let's jump into a voice chat." And after talking to them for like 5 minutes, they're like, "All right, we're joining your guild." So it's so amazing how differently you perceive people when it's all nothing but text compared to when you actually talk to them,
Texting, people always take it the worst way they possibly can.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
It just never fails. Emails are the same way, and I'm always like, "Can I just give you a phone call?"
Seriously.
It work, and they're like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah. I mean, it'll take us 5 minutes to hire. Otherwise, it's going to be 2 or 3 days of sending emails back and forth." So it's like a lost art.
Absolutely. I never talk on the phone anymore, unfortunately, in real life, normal life.
Well, like my wife and I, our sprint plan, we talk like 8 or 10 minutes a month, but there's like 5,000 texts.
Yep. Yep. That's the way we do these days. Yeah, I can't
believe it.
I just went to take a look at my lifetime donations in our guild specifically, which is 1 year old, and I'm what 41 pieces away from 7,000 in our guild alone.
Jesus.
If I've ever missed a donation, it was because it literally came and went before I saw it.
It's pretty rare that I don't see a donation from you when I ask for something, which I don't try to ask for too often, but like today I asked, and within an hour I had everything donated to me. I'm like, holy cow, this is great. Well, I usually ask for easy pieces.
Easy peasy.
That I don't feel like farming, you know.
Yeah, well, everybody should ask for whatever they need, man. I would give anything to anyone. Personally, at least.
Yeah, I'm trying to look through where's my donations lifetime? Is it right on? I guess I just clicked my name. Is that the only place it is?
You can also filter the whole guild by donations lifetime. While you're looking, I lucked into a fully crafted Mark 6 Nubian, design tech, that circle thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
972 I've gotten. So you're beating me by 10 times. You're a dick. Darth Sherm's up there too.
Yeah.
Man, Darth Sherm's got $3,000 too. Wow.
Yeah. He's as nice as me, if not nicer, actually. But he's completely free to play, so.
That's very generous of him. He's free to play.
Absolutely, it's amazing. It's more amazing than what I do, and it's because, I've done a lot of buying fully crafted. I need a Carbonti. Okay, I'm gonna spend the crystals to buy one if I have to have it right now.
Right.
So
yeah.
I've usually got some amount of salvage laying around.
Man, there's some people don't donate at all. I guess it's just a habit thing. A lot of people don't even ask for stuff, so.
Yeah, a lot of people just don't interact with it at all, probably.
But Peldor, man, he's got like 300, and he's got a pretty weak squad, but
yeah,
almost 400. Very generous guy. Yeah.
Anybody that's got anything is awesome.
All right, what else are we gonna talk about before I go?
Ooh, territory battles.
Territory battles.
It's gonna get harder with Holdo and Rose now also being in platoons in the last 3 phases.
You think they'll be in this one?
Not in this one, because they're not actually, you literally can't get them yet, even if you wanted to buy them or whatever, But the next one, absolutely. They've pretty much made clear that, once a toon is in any way accessible, they are going to be in phase 4 through 6 platoons.
Oh man!
So the question is,
Executioner was. You're right. Yeah.
So does that thin out some of the other exclusive, not really accessible except for pay to play toons, or is it gonna push out the old toons, and there's gonna be 2 or 3 wickets, and there's gonna be Holdos and Roses and whatever else there is that's still, fringy, not really accessible.
Hermit Yoda,
yeah. It's gonna get even worse.
Who I've been working on, because he's giving me a pain in the butt too. He's kind of fun to play against. You gotta have the right squad against him.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a squad at the end of that last territory war. It might have been the last squad that was left in the one territory, and it was 10 minutes left or whatever, and I ran in and threw 2 squads against them, like a Palp-led Sith and a Zader-led Empire, and no dice. It was Akbar with, Hoda, CLS, a couple other toons, whatever it was. It wasn't the quintessential what you usually see, but something pretty similar. And man, CLS just bam, 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 just ate through both of those squads, no problem.
Gotta have a Rex lead. That's the only way you can get through.
Yeah.
I've been holding on to my Rex the last 2, just in case I really needed them. And I didn't use them 2 wars ago because I didn't realize that it was Hoda and not regular Yoda.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I got screwed. I was like, oh, dude,
That sucks.
I could have easily won this. Yeah, but I didn't have CLS or anybody else either, so I don't know if I would have won or not. Because
Yeah.
you got to have a really good team to beat that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, the reason I brought up territory battles as a last quick topic was what wasn't it you that mentioned something about, if we can get people to hold off on platooning in the last phases?
Yeah,
What
at least the last 3 phases.
Well, what exactly did you mean by that?
If we could get people just like throw into the ship platoons, so then we're not even going to platoon in, and they waste somebody that we could have used in a platoon that we are going to be able to finish.
Yeah.
And we don't have that you don't have that tune anymore to place.
Right.
Because sometimes we only have like 4 or 5 of them.
Right.
I've
tried to really watch that, and I haven't seen like so much of it that it's really detrimental. But man, that's why I said, I think, was it in game chat maybe that you brought that up, or was it in Discord?
Yeah, game chat. Yeah,
and I immediately responded like, yeah, it's completely useless that they let us restrict an entire platoon area and not individual platoons. If they'd let us restrict individual platoons, problem solved completely.
Yep. I think you're just gonna have to do the whole area and say you're not platooning here until we tell you where to go.
Yeah, well, I mean, the command.
I hate to be like that, but
no. I mean, the command is there immediately. The problem is those people not reading the commands. So we get more into not the way we're trying to execute commands or control that the officer tools give us. We're talking about the fringy players that don't communicate a whole lot, and I see doing things that are just the opposite of what the commands say. So I'm not really sure what to do there. Kind of seems like
I'm sorry, I just got a stun cuff, full geared stun cuff.
Ooh, from the pit.
Yeah.
Nice.
That was sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
And then 40 Nubian Mark 6.
Ooh, what?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Not 40 fully geared, but
right.
Yeah.
I almost always get, and the other thing that I got in this one beyond that design tech, which was awesome, is the Mark IV Carbanti. That's my, how like it seems like everybody has a couple pieces that's what they always get. I've got plenty of these, you can't get enough of them type of thing. Man, I just never endingly get those Mark IV Carbantis.
It seems like I got thousands of those things.
Yeah, nobody needs them.
And you can't use them anywhere. Yeah.
Nope.
What do we keep getting them if we can't use them?
I have no idea. There's so much gear that it's just, I have 3,000. Why do I have 3,000 of these?
Yeah, when I go through shipments and I go down to the bottom ones, which you buy for like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at them, I was like, well, there's 900 of those, and there's 900 of those, and there's 600 of those, and there's 3,000 of those. Isn't that great?
Yep.
So.
Yeah, it's like I'm so happy when I see like Mark III holo projectors in there, 3 of them. Yeah, I'm absolutely gonna give you a couple thousand, credits for those Mark III holo projectors. But the rest
that means absolutely nothing. Yeah. It's crazy.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens with platoons in the next territory battle. This one should be okay, because like I said, it's going to start... wait a minute, no. It's not starting till Monday, and I bet you anything... People started complaining about, why are they waiting until Monday to start this next one? That's why. Because probably Holdo and Rose will be in this territory battle.
Yeah.
And that's going to force all of the whales, even if they were like, I'm not getting them, I hate them. They were terrible characters. They're going to get them.
I hated that movie. Yeah.
Yep. They're going to get them for this freaking platoons.
Yeah, I didn't even pay attention. It's 2 days from now. Yeah.
Yep.
Almost 3. Yeah, because 2 days and 15 hours.
Yeah.
That's why somebody mentioned it'd be over the day before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, so they're wasting this entire weekend just to force people that wouldn't have otherwise gone all out and wailed out on those characters to give them one more reason that they have to, if they're in a guild that would require it, like Team Instinct or whatever, you know.
I won't be doing that.
That's
so.
classic for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh boy.
All right, I'm gonna go eat some dinner because it's, what is it, 8:30 here?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm probably gonna sign off as well because, yeah, we've been live streaming now for 2 hours and 49 minutes.
Wow.
So, anybody that ends up watching this and actually sitting through 2 hours and 49 minutes, well, thank you so much.
And get a life. No.
Well, hopefully it'll just be cool for some of the guild members who, you know, don't actually get the chance to chat and whatnot to just hear a couple of us talking. We're pretty cool. So
Yeah, and we did talk about a lot of different topics, so they can maybe chime in Discord or something.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the point. The only reason I want to do this mainly is just for more avenues of communication for the guild. It's so hard to convey some of the more nuanced things in text as well. Like, you know how I used to be like all over typing 2,000 characters until it wouldn't let me type anymore, and then I would hit send, and then I would type 2,000 more characters, and then I would hit send. And, I don't have the time with all of the business that has to happen these days. But B, it doesn't seem like you can get everything in and have people also want to sit there and read through all that to catch it all, you know. So hopefully it's a way for it to be a little easier for people to play something in the background and get to hear a bunch of information. We'll see.
Yeah. Man, I don't type more than 3 sentences in emails anymore. Otherwise, people don't read them. So.
Yeah. And I don't know if either of you guys have the live stream up, if you still would, Mutai, but if not, there's 2 people watching right now, so...
Are there really?
Yeah.
Oh, I put it down. I didn't want to have any interference, but
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It may be showing me because I've got like the kind of behind the scenes dashboard where I'm seeing it, you know, and some of the settings and whatnot. But
and it's probably me too because it was still up on my YouTube app on my iPad. So
there's no one watching live, but
no bummer. Of course, we didn't tell anybody either.
No,
I
didn't. I didn't. What
of your 9 subscribers?
Yeah. I'll be a game changer yet.
Hey man, they gotta start somewhere.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, hey, thank you so much for hanging out for so long.
All right, guys. Good
Appreciate
talking
it.
to you.
Indeed.
All right.
Have a good one, man. Thanks.
Yes.
You too. Bye.
I think I just heard you pipe up, Vakarian. You're still there?
Yeah, I was just listening to you guys.
Cool. Well, I may jump off too because I'm pretty hungry at this point as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat too. Got
Cool.
some KFC waiting for me.
Nice. Well, awesome to chat as always. Hopefully
yeah,
we'll.
man.
Yeah, hopefully we'll
Let's do
start.
this again.
Yeah, we'll just have to do it more often, man. I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Oh yeah, take it easy, man.
All right, you too. Thanks. Have a good one. And anybody who watches afterwards, well, thank you. I'll see you in the Galaxy of Heroes.